All right, everybody, what's going on? It's your boy Jay Banks. Tuesday, 7:55 p.m. A little bit late, a little bit on time. You know how it goes. What's cracking, AI? How you feeling?
Hey, feeling good, man. Feeling good. There's a lot going on in life right now. A lot going on at the store. A lot going on outside of the store. So we're in real time, like in the thick of things, for real. For me, at least.
Yeah.
Thick of things in life. A lot happened. Had just finished a Beyond the Stage live at Madison Live last week with TV shows. That event was fire, man.
He always brings the energy,
dude.
bro.
He brings the highest level of energy that I've seen most artists bring anywhere. Not even mentioning local, just in general. He just brings energy that you can't replicate. It's just him and all the people that he's involved with. High level quality talent. It's all across the board. Major shout out to TV shows and major shout out to Miss Daisy as well. She set up as an art vendor on last Thursday, and her art is fire. I'd love to, maybe do an art exhibit here at Native for her one time. Maybe she can set up as a vendor at Native. I think that would be a cool experience because she's got such good stuff, and she knows. I mean, everyone that she works with are super solid. So shout out Miss Daisy. Shout out TV shows. Super cool experience, and it was an honor to be on stage and just get to know TV shows and all his crew. They were all cool guys, and his brother came on, his stepbrother came on and told a cool story from the studio audience. The whole thing was
the video
awesome.
Looked good too, man. When it came to like all your live feeds, the multiple cameras, it's all coming together, bro. It all looked incredible.
We're working hard. So Mike Heffron and John G, they do great work. They do great stuff. But one of the guys that was at the show taking photos, I'd like to give him a little shine right now. Terrell, introduce yourself, my dude. To the right, yes.
What's going on, y'all? I'm Terrell of Hyneo Flicks. If you want to go check out my work, it's on
Spell that.
HYNOE.flicks. I just want to shout out Andrew for coming to me, especially in the times I'm in right now. Definitely putting me on to some good work. I appreciate you for that, for sure. That definitely was a dope show, too, at Beyond the Stage. That was so sick. It was definitely a different concept that I've never really seen before. And I know a lot of people are definitely interested in that in the future. That was sick.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I'm really just trying to bring all the different crowds and groups together into one room and for one special night each month. It's an event series, so we're moving on to Millie Oliver and the Missing Pieces, which will be April 25th at Madison Live in Covington, Kentucky. So come check it out, and trying to get some other things in the motion for Beyond the Stage. There's a lot that I'm trying to squeeze in, but January, February, and March have been really like a teeter-totter months, man. Even in the store, in life, everyone's transitioning into this new year, and it's been a challenge, but we overcame. We got through 3, 2, 1 TV shows, and on to the next.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. But what's been going on with you, Jay? What's up? What's going on with lots of new designs, dude? That's fire.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, appreciate that, man. We made some new mad scientist stuff. We got back into the lab. So
yes,
we obviously January and February are always slow for everybody, especially when it comes to retail business. So a lot of the stuff has kind of just been sitting here on the shelves for a little bit. Now it's like, all right, now we're back in spring. Reds are here. We got two days until opening day. So we're fully stocked on a bunch of red stuff for you. We got sweatshirts. It's supposed to be like 59 degrees, dude. That's like the perfect baseball weather, bro.
Yeah, the weather's fantastic. I mean, we were looking at bone cold, freezing temperatures back then. Got hot, got cold again, and now it's back to that. The weather here is just so unpredictable.
It's wild, dude. Like I get Google alerts every day saying like what the temperature is tomorrow, and like for the past 2 weeks, it's always been like 10 to 15 degrees different. It's like tomorrow is 12 degrees warmer than today, and yesterday is 17 degrees colder than It's like, damn, bro. Like we really do live in a like that finicky place where you don't know what the weather's going to be.
You don't know. Like, literally, we could have all 4 seasons in a day.
Dude, I thought I was going to blow off the road earlier today going to pick up those T-shirts, bro. The wind was insane today.
Dude, the wind has been insane. We're close to the river, so we're getting that drift. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy where we're specifically at. Like, the river brings all the environment, like the animals that come. We're we're right by wildlife meets city. You know, it's crazy.
Dude, like my allergies are always nuts right here in like Bellevue, Dayton. It's like, you know, we're right in the valley. It's like they call Cincinnati the Seven Hills, right? Because there's 7 hills that are all around Cincinnati. And if you actually go back and like to the Ice Age, like the Ohio River was actually formed with all the ice melting. So all the different mounds that, you know, when you're coming down 71 from Kenwood, that slow, gradual, you know, decline all the way to the city, bro. That's all from like the Ice Age. So like all that shit just melts and then it just built into that river. But you know, like we're right there in that little pocket, bro. Like when I leave the store, I'll be here all day. I'll be here all day, and then as soon as I leave the store to go home, like within that 5-minute drive, I'll get a headache just from being out in the environment.
Man, is it like, I mean, it's congestion, or is it just like, I mean,
it's like for me, like it's definitely just allergies, but because of the surgeries and stuff, my left eye, like it's all my left eye is already like packed full of shit, right? So like any pressure that builds, it just starts pulsating. So it's like, you know, your allergies, you can always tell if it's an allergy headache or a regular headache just by pressing on your cheeks, like right here.
Okay, yeah.
And it's literally, bro, every time I leave here, just head back to the house. It's like I'll be in the house for 10 minutes and then it'll finally just fade away.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well,
that's my life, bro. I have headaches every single day of my life. Every single day.
Damn, you overcoming a lot, man. It takes a lot. I mean, I've allergies. If someone has a cat in the room, my eyes water, my nose drips. It's like just for a cat being on just hit dandruff on someone's they could walk by me at the store and I'm feeling it. It's like a superpower.
That's actually so one of my idols that I look up to. His name's Johnny Cupcakes. He's a clothing designer. He's got some fire merch out. If you guys haven't heard of him before, look up JohnnyCupcakes.com. Like he's always thinking outside the box. His store in Boston is cooler than what we've got. It obviously has a lot more money behind it, but the guy's on fire. But he started the whole company out of his house, and he was like, you know, I was just housing all the clothes here, my mom's house. Like I was still living with my parents, and I started getting messages on like customers that were buying clothes that were allergic to cats. And so he was like, I didn't even think about it, but like I'm sending out all these clothes that have cat dander. Like you can't physically see it.
Yeah.
But like these people are getting the clothes and they're like, I'm getting allergic reactions. So what he did was, instead of going and buying, renting out like a $2,000 a month store, he went and rented out a storage unit, bro, for like $79 a month. Right, like, so you know, the ones where you got to put the little keypad to get in, but he turned this little storage unit into a store. So he went in on the floor, he did black and white tile, and then he aimed it like in a diamond shape, so it made the store feel longer. And then he took mirrors and put them up against the walls to make the place feel wider, and then just had like a little counter in the back of the place. But he was literally just bringing, like, if somebody was like, hey, let me see if you got any native stuff, like he literally would drive with them to the storage unit, let them in, and then they would shop that way. Like that's a dope way to start a store.
Yeah, it is.
And low overhead, bro. Like $79 a month. You know, obviously I wouldn't suggest doing that because most of the places are against selling any merch out of those places. And obviously there's, you know, legalities and logistics to bringing other people on property if they get hurt, you know, whatnot. But
if it's a fulfillment center, I mean, if it's just a fulfillment center where no one comes there and you just literally print it, like let's say you do push pull, like you screen print right out of a pod.
Yeah,
bro.
And heated, you can get one of the temperature controlled ones.
Yeah,
you know,
that's smart, bro.
Genius, bro.
Genius, yeah.
Especially like I said, like he just did it his own way. He put the black and white tile on the ground. You know, and then all stuff that just peel. You know, you can just peel it off when you're leaving. But genius, dude.
So I see you got some pretty hefty equipment over here, Joe. What are you rocking over here? Show the camera. So he does photography. He shot a music video recently here at Native on the Levee. He was at Beyond the Stage. He did photos. I'm going to be dropping those photos here in the coming days about the ones he did. He did some fire work for our event. Yeah, it was fantastic. But his video work is top tier as well. So if you need to hit him up, like you said, this username earlier, hit him up and get your media done, man.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
and speaking of, I apologize that I misspelled your name on the feed here, bro. But that was Yama's fault. Yama
No,
told
that's
me.
fine, man.
Oh man, don't do me like
Why,
that.
he said Hyneo.
Sometimes,
Man,
because
It's all good.
It's an original
I know.
name, you know what I mean? That's why I came up with it, so you can't really find it anywhere else. It actually stems from my old name when I was a hype man, 2 Hype Ninja.
Oh,
I was a
dope.
hype man for my homies.
Oh,
so
you're
I
a
was like,
hype man for sure,
Yeah.
but it's time to give you the shine, my dude.
Oh,
I mean, let's
100%.
hype you up, my dude.
All right,
Seriously.
let's hear it. So
Listen,
check this
what
out.
do you
So
do?
right now I got the Sony A7C. This is like my 4th camera here. Over the years, I've been into media, helping out my friends. I got a lot of friends in a lot of places.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of reach as far as when it comes to like showing themselves off. So I took it upon myself to help everybody out
That's
and
incredible,
just taking
bro.
the visuals. You know what I mean? It's not like this is my main thing. Like, you know what I mean? I love it. This is a passion. I love doing what I do. You know what I mean? I love being a part of everything. It gives me experiences. It gives me opportunity to be in places that I love with artists that I like to see.
For sure.
So, like, that's always something that I'm going to be grateful for. But, yeah, I definitely started as helping out the friends, and it turned into something bigger. And now, I'm sitting here with you guys, doing what I love, too, again. Like, even today, like, coming from my live stream, coming over here, it's just great opportunities, and I'm just loving it so much. Loving every minute of it, to be honest.
So you do live stream yourself?
Oh yeah. I do.
Tell us about that.
Oh man, I do a lot of stuff. I do live streams. So recently today, I was just doing a gaming live stream. Just played some Minecraft. Just talking to folks.
Cool.
Sometimes I edit my photos on there. Sometimes I'll live stream shows. Whatever I do. Honestly, just doing my life. Just
That's
live
awesome.
streaming everything.
That's fire, bro.
Yeah.
sure,
Behind the scenes, man.
Yeah.
Like it's like beyond the artist, if you will. Like,
yeah.
That's what we're trying to.
Yeah.
It's all about you're shedding light where people can't see. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
rather than moving in the shadows and then come out with ta-da, this is what I have. You're like, here's the process, and this is
Right.
how I do it. Like there's a lot of value in that. So I think you
Yeah.
should definitely double down on the process, because I think that's what a lot of society and a lot of artists like yourself are missing, because they know how to create it, but they also like don't know others are doing it. It's like they only know they're doing it. They don't know what others are doing it. When you give that process in, it
Right.
goes so far for the ones that are hungry for it.
Exactly.
The hungry ones is what you're kind of appealing to in
Yes.
that in that
I love
sense,
the hungry ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a prime example, man, because we were talking earlier, and you were like, "Bro, I didn't know you guys did everything here." It's like, yeah, we print all the stuff, and then even the tie dye shirt that you saw we were working on. My wife tie dyed that,
Really?
and it still had a little pencil mark on the shirt. So
See, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm in the right place.
yeah, bro,
I'm in the right
and
place.
that's the thing, man. Is like when and as artists, right, we're always just trying to punch away at the clock and try to
Yeah.
figure out the next move. So it's really cool being able to have you here and for you to be able to see what's going on. And I'm guilty of it myself, bro, because I designed an LED De La Cruz shirt today, and it only took me maybe 10 minutes to come up with the entire design and logo, and then I got it printed out, and I just took a picture of the T-shirt, and it was like, man, I need to do the behind the scenes. I need to show people me actually designing it and working
Yeah.
with it and getting the whole process out there, because that's when people really go, that's okay. I fuck with that shirt. I
Right.
like it. There's little things like this one here. There's just a little graffiti drip right here that I wanted on there. And I didn't think anyone would notice it, but of course, Andrew right away is like, "That's my favorite part, the little drip
Yeah.
just on that line." And it's like,
Creativity, man.
yeah. So it's just like and when I first started the brand, I would always hide my name and things. I would, it would like the little neck collar on the shirt. It would say Native or J Banks and
Yo, that's
something
so
like
dope.
that, bro. And it was like the attention to detail is always there, and it's like I've gotten away from showing people these little details and stuff that we do, and I need to get back into it, man. Like, me and Yam have been talking about just doing content, man, because he's in the middle of it right now. He's getting really good at doing all his content, and it's like, bro, I need to double up and start figuring out how to work on mine, because the store itself is super fire, bro, but like we're fishing in such a small barrel right now because we're just expecting people to come to the store. Right. But if we can just put out there how much fun we're having every day, people are going to want to come down here, right? They're going to see it and be like, I can't wait to get to Cincy so I can come down to that store.
Which
they're not telling me
happens a lot.
It does,
It happens
man.
a lot. Like literally, it's like a day-to-day thing. It's just, if you come in the store on the Newport Levee, you see it.
For sure.
But now we trying to, we eventually, you know what I'm saying? We getting to the point where it's like, we're going to like let the people know, the people that's in the Instagram world, the Facebook world, social media.
They're watching right
general.
now.
The people that's watching right now, like we letting y'all know, like this is, and it's not like a gimmick or nothing. Like this is literally like this.
It's the real deal, y'all. Like they're not telling me to say this right now. This place definitely is the real deal.
I appreciate that.
We have
bro.
people from all walks of the country coming here. Like we have people from California coming here telling
Houston
us how they
today.
love it. Houston
today.
Yeah, for sure.
I was just telling, even it's funny that you mentioned that because I just took a video of the process of the shirts being printed because I was like, Andrew, we got to show this to people.
Oh,
man.
dope.
Like this is something that even people from where I'm from, this is stuff that they dream about. Like you guys are a whole dream for a lot of the people where I'm from, like the creatives and artists. Like once they hear about this, it's going to be incredible.
It gives me goosebumps, bro, because this was my dream. Like I used to work at Brio just outside like 25 years ago, back when the levee first opened. And I remember walking around here and going, man, I would love to have a clothing store, right? And this was back before I even designed any clothes.
Yeah.
So, once I got fired from Brio, I got a new job, and then that job really gave me leniency to just work on my craft.
Right.
So I just got better at everything I did. And then when all this happened, when I got my ear bit off, my left eye detached, I couldn't go outside, bro. I couldn't even walk my dog in the daytime because like the sunlight would just crush my eyes. So I bought blackout curtains for all my windows in my house, and it just got real dark. Like it got dark in my house, and it got dark in my life, right? And that's expected when you don't have that vitamin C coming in anymore, right?
Exactly.
And I had all these people that like I was talking to them, but they were just like,
right.
They were just like looking at my eye and looking at my ear, and it's like no one's hearing me anymore. Right. And so like I got to the point where I almost killed myself, bro. And my best friend from New York was like, bro, you got to snap out of it, man. This whole woe me thing, he's like, it's not good for you. And honestly, nobody gives a fuck. And
that's a big wake up call when you do realize.
Bro,
that.
when he said that, like when he said no one gives a fuck, like instead of like, there's two ways you can take that. You can take that as, oh, fuck you, dude. Or you can take that as, you know what? You're right. And so I was stuck in the house anyways, bro. So I just got better at everything I did. I was like, you know what? I'm going to learn Adobe Illustrator. I'm going to learn Photoshop. Like, and at YouTube University, bro, I just like learned it all on YouTube.
Funny that's all we ever say is YouTube University. That's where I learned everything from, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's fire, bro. Like you can literally like there's classes that you will never learn in school that you can learn on YouTube. Right. Learn how to fix a car, bro.
Yeah, your own ambition is really the limit. Like whatever you are.
I'm here for it, man. So like everything in here, bro, is like, these are all things, even all this podcast stuff. This was all YouTube University. Like it was just buying one piece, 2 microphones, and then adding a third microphone, then adding a fourth microphone. Then, okay, how do we add a fifth? And it's like, how do we add a 6th microphone to it? All right. But these are things that like, I like testing myself. Like today with those 16 by 20 pieces of canvas that we printed today.
Yep.
And I had no clue if that was going to work or not, but it was like I'm determined to make it happen. I'm going to figure out a way to make this work, right? Because this is something that it is going to elevate the brand to the next level. And once we get good at this, then I'm going to be able to double dip and then work over on something else that I didn't think was possible. Yeah. So, just testing how not how good you are, but just testing yourself, right? To say, hey, I can do this. And like, Campaign Cincinnati, prime example, bro. Like when we asked him to be a part of our fashion show, he was like, yeah, let's go. And he was like, bro, I had no clothes ready. I had no idea that you were even going to offer me this spot. He's like, but I know that I had to say yes. Cause if I say yes, then I've got a deadline and I've got things to hit and I've got goals to hit that I want to make sure that when I'm there, everything goes how it needs to be. And that's the mentality, that's the winner mentality, bro. Campaign Cincinnati is going to win 10 times out of 10 because that guy's willing to put his neck out on the line.
I feel like people don't understand like how much creativity goes into everything that we're doing.
For sure.
And like with that being said, it's like with all this creativity, like we're still trying to put pieces together. So we're still trying to like find that right piece to the puzzle. Mm-hmm. But like I mean, it's a lot of puzzles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
A lot
saying?
of
Like,
puzzles.
a lot of puzzles.
I love
So,
puzzles.
like, we love puzzles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
That OTR piece
yeah.
they just got it. The pullover that was on that. The OTR one, the one you cut up.
Oh shit! Yeah,
They just bought that?
the one
Yeah.
from the fashion show.
Yep, and two vintage shirts.
Oh, dope.
is
Yeah.
it the sleeveless one?
Yeah,
Yep.
the
It's
Like,
gone.
like
It
if
found a new
you,
home.
if you was in the gym.
Yep,
Yeah.
it
I
found,
actually saw that. Yeah,
it found a
was
new
over
home.
there.
Yep,
Found
I
a new home.
moved it
It
today and
claimed
it's
the
gone.
home.
That's dope. I was
That
actually,
is
if that wasn't gonna sell, I was gonna keep it because that was a one of a kind
I know.
from the fashion show.
She loved it. She's like, I'm gonna wear this all the time. So I
Yeah,
was like, it's
dope.
gonna go places. It's important. That's the beauty of things. So like, we get one of a kind pieces here, and they just go to new homes, and that's it. You don't know the story after that. We'll see if it pops up on some photos
Social
and-
media. That's it. That's what we
Yeah.
hope for, bro.
Yeah, I want to see them. Like, that's the thing is,
That
social
would
media
that,
is like
that would be a
move.
good addition to the tag. Is basically saying like each one of these pieces is like an art piece. It's
Yeah.
like my child. Like, don't let me forget about it. Fucking tag us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tag us, show photos. You know.
Everything's so limited that like, people leave with things. It's like, damn, I forgot I made that, bro. Like,
Yeah.
And some of these hats that I see people popping up with, dude, it's like, wow, bro. Like, we were on some shit 5 years ago with these hats, man.
Bro, I know. It's pretty incredible to see the people that used to like really like be rocking it in the back in the day come in and see the progression of where it's at now and just seeing their reaction in real time. Because I mean, I wasn't there 5 years ago when that was happening, and to see them now and they're like, then like introduce themselves to me because they were around. They're one of the OG fans or OG friends or whatever, and like they come like, yo, like this is my shit, and I'm like, yeah, man, like we out here, like this is what we're doing now, and they, all of them jump right on board for the new native, if you will, the new era.
Yeah,
like, you
bro.
know,
I was really bummed that I wasn't here for DJ Diamond when he stopped in because
Oh,
like he's
yeah.
been like he's
Shout
been
out.
buying out of the backpack since day one, right?
You ain't even got to say that. As soon as you set out the backpack, that already let people know where it started at. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Like out the backpack.
For sure.
it's out the backpack, and then like the whole store, man. Look at this. I said, look at
now
this.
it's just one big
Right, yeah.
You feel me? Because they see
No,
us,
no.
but they don't like see the like. You know what I'm saying?
There it is,
They
right
get to
there.
see the
There's the shot of the store
okay,
right
there we
now.
go, You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
It's
Out
one
the
big
backpack,
one
and
big
this where we at
backpack
right
now.
You know
Yeah.
what's funny, bro? Is the backpack. Every time I open it up, I had a little disco ball in there that would shine, lights all. Just kidding. That'd be fire though, right?
That would've been fire.
If literally like the backpack is just a super small version of what the store was. You open it
Bro.
up and there was a black light inside there. Like,
This is the creative ideas that start churning up. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
What's crazy about this store is I heard about you guys about like 7 months ago. You guys are actually really big in the skate community. Like, ironically, like I didn't.
Fuck yeah.
I thought you guys were a skate shop at first. I thought you were escaping because how much skaters know you. Like I saw a video of you about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I didn't even know it was you. I didn't put 2 and 2 together even when I came in here because you were talking about buy something and come get one of those flyers over there.
Oh yeah.
And that's the first time I saw you. I'm like, yo, where's this at?
Yeah.
And I didn't even hear about it. And so it was dope to come in here after all of that and realize what this actually was. And it's way better than I previously anticipated.
I appreciate it, bro.
dude,
Yeah.
this is-
So it's like the three of us, man. We just keep coming in every day, and it's like, what can we do here to make this a little bit cooler, bro? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and running the store like we do, bro. Like we have a lot of fun because we get to see people's day to days, right? Like when we first opened the store, people were walking in and they were walking right back out. So we're like, all right, how do we get them to go a little bit further into the store? So me and Andrew are just taking things and moving stuff around. Like, okay, this piece is cool. They'll walk up to something like this. So then we got them to come a little bit further, and it's like, how do we get them to walk in front of the counter, right? So it's like, all right. So it's been a fun process, bro, to learn all that. And
Right.
and like you were saying earlier, man, like the whole thing is like, it wasn't FOMO, but like the whole thing is kind of like when you were talking about if people would press the button or not.
Oh,
It's like a study. Like the whole thing is like,
a social experiment.
yeah.
Do not press.
Yeah, so we're actually gonna have we're gonna build something where it says "Do not press," and if you press it, the 7-Up door opens. And just a social experiment to see how many people want to break rules,
Yeah,
right?
everybody's
Oh, yeah,
gonna
that's
press that
wild.
button.
Yeah, bro. That's the goal,
That's
bro.
wild.
Everyone's
Okay.
gonna press that
Yeah,
button.
it'll just be like something like, because in the back of in the lab, you can tell like don't use the fire extinguisher stuff, but people always mention that fire extinguisher is like that sits in the corner, and it's a small detail of the store, but people always make a comment about it. I overhear it over and over again. I'm like,
there's a like the tag on the fire extinguisher. I painted the whole thing black, and then I obviously like did white, and then did the black outlines on it. But the tag, it just says, "In case of fire, use this shit." Yeah, right, and it's just sitting there in the corner, like super nonchalant. But like a lot of we'll get tagged on Instagram where somebody's taking a super dope photo of it because they actually found that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or like in the drawers, there's blueprints for the sport craft UFO that Bob Lazar worked on.
Really?
Yeah. So like Bob Lazar claims that he worked at S4 back in the 80s, and he says that he's worked on like several UFOs, like back engineering them, trying to figure out how they work.
Bob Lazar, this is.
Yeah, bro. The story's incredible, bro. I'll send you some details on it.
I'm definitely gonna have to look. But
yeah. So we've got like the sport mode like graph of the whole thing. So like all the basically the blueprint of how the entire UFOs ran is just hidden back there, where one of the kids can take one of the they can take it home if they want. It's just paperwork back there that we
see. I've been here so many times, and that would have been a new thing to me. Even I wouldn't even thought of opening the drawers yet. And
wait.
I've already been back there doing all types. I'm surprised. What else might pop up? You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
Like I'm eager now,
dude. I still want the fish.
Yeah,
fish tank. I know. The fish tank would be so cool.
He wants a fish tank inside one of those drawers, and like me, it's like, bro, I just can't take fish and just put them in a closet, all right, and let them live the rest of their life in a closet.
Put cool lights, put disco lights in there. They can have a constant disco.
What you mean, like in the lab?
You pull the drawer and it'd be a fish tank that's designed like a lab.
What if you just had a fish tank in the lab? It might. I don't know though, because it's maintenance. And
I'm down to take care of some fish.
Though.
I've taken care of before. I'm sure the aquarium would have something to say, but like we love the aquarium. We're here to support. Maybe have a little aquarium sign.
That's not an attraction.
Look, we brainstorming right now, y'all. Y'all don't even understand. We brainstorming right now.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like we're trying to push the limits in the lab. So whatever we decide to do, it's about just getting creative and something that anyone can enjoy. When little Timmy comes in here and discovers his future and because he's a creative and he doesn't even realize it yet when he's 13, and all of a sudden he sees these things, man, lets his wheels turn. And before you know it, his parents are coming back just like, we found out he likes to paint because of y'all. And like that is something I think that goes a really long way for just, we were influenced at one point by somebody that doesn't even realize they influenced us.
Right.
It's our turn to give back, you know what I mean? And like where we're at, even though we're in the thick of things and we're trying to figure our own, we're like we always say, like we're looking for our own meal and whatever, but like we can influence the little ones as well. That's what the seat at the register, the hangout culture, letting the young ones, freshly 18, 19, when they're just trying to figure out the world isn't nice. The world doesn't care. Doesn't care. Once you're there, they just want you to abide.
That's what I was saying. Google, tomorrow's going to be 8 degrees warmer than today.
Wow, man. It's like
8 degrees cooler, sorry.
Cooler. Someone is in the comments. Mike Conley Jr. says Sean Casey to throw out the first pitch.
Yeah,
What's your thoughts on that?
I saw that.
Yeah.
Man, I love Sean Casey.
Me too.
His name's Mike Conley?
Yeah.
What's that?
Mike Conley, yeah.
Mike Conley.
Yeah,
basketball.
Basketball talk. Yeah, he's a homie on my Facebook. Through the music scene people and just stuff, through the grapevine. But like him saying Sean Casey threw out the first pitch. That's cool, man.
Okay.
Shout out, Mike, man.
Yeah,
it's just like I love how the Reds, what they do with certain situations, man. I'd love to see them get King Griffey Jr. at more of these events. We got
they're paying him.
I know
they
they're paying
him out here.
Get him at the.
That should have been on the contract. Look, we'll pay you the $3 million every year, but you're gonna have to show up to opening day.
Yeah, rather than Seattle's.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like come on. I mean, I know Seattle is like he's a legend out of Seattle, but so do you guys? We talked about sports a little. Tell me what's your favorite sport? What you like to do, my dude? What's your interest?
If we're looking at favorite sports here, like it's to do favorite sports definitely have to be skateboarding. Like, ironically, so this is the crazy part about skateboarding. It's one of those sports that I won't be into a lot, but I can't live without this thing. Like, it started by accident, complete accident. I had a mongoose board when I was younger. One of my friends said, come try this. And I tried it, and I was like, this is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I was like, I can't do this easy. Like, basketball came easy, football came easy, all these other things came easy. This did not come easy. And till this day, like, it challenges me so much. It's honestly it's what fuels everything else. I have a joke that goes around because as soon as I get injured in skateboarding, now I go start businesses, start Roth IRA, stocks and everything, and build everything else. That's how much skateboarding makes up for. But then as soon as I start skateboarding, everything else is out the window.
That's funny.
I got to balance it nowadays. You know what I mean? Can't just go full-time skateboarder. But it's definitely my favorite sport. But to watch, most definitely basketball. I'm really analytical. So I like the analytics of basketball so much. So much.
Same. I love basketball. Basketball's my favorite. We talk, me and Yaman do sports talk on the Levy about weekly. Been having a lot of different guests on each week. It's been pretty cool to see people coming down and just want to talk sports, and everyone's opinion's valid. We're all here to just all about love of the sport. But me and Yaman always talk about hoops. Hoops are definitely our favorite. Just the whole like team chemistry aspect of it, and everyone has a role. It doesn't really matter like what you do, but how you do it. And love hoops. What are we thinking on hoops these days, man? There's
look, women's March Madness is going crazy right now.
Women's March Madness.
Women's hoops is going crazy right now.
History.
We got, look.
Caitlin Clark, man, she's on another level.
Yeah, man. We got Caitlin Clark, Iowa, all-time scorer in college.
Ever.
Yeah.
See, it's not
she
even
passed
common.
Pistol Heat.
She passed Kelsey Plum. We got Juju Watkins, all-time freshman, USC.
And it's not even common in either men's or females basketball to do it. She's putting up Stephen Curry numbers and stuff like that in college. Like that's just not common.
I do have a favorite with North Carolina State.
NC State, okay.
I think his name is it's either CJ Burns or DJ Burns. He's big dude, like just big. Like I want to say he kind of reminds you of Zach Randolph.
Okay.
Really? Got a Zach Randolph.
Yeah,
bro.
man, for real.
It's a good.
I'd love to see another Zach Randolph.
Me too.
He remind you of Zach Randolph, bro.
Zach Randolph didn't get the quite shine he deserved.
He didn't. He had his focus in other places, though. I don't know if you know
it's DJ Burns.
DJ Burns. Okay, DJ Burns. That's his name. Oakland. They had the guy.
Oakland.
Yeah. No, but this guy
taking down my Wildcats.
But you know who I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. It just
I called him the professor.
Painful.
Because he looked like, you feel me? He looked like an average guy, but like he ball.
Oh, dude, 10 3-pointers?
Which was crazy.
Dude, how do you beat that?
They pulled up all his shots that he took throughout the season, and like I want to say like probably like 85% of them was threes.
What a humbling statement to come out and be like, I might not make it to the NBA, but just to still go out there and ball every day like he was and just doing what he did and still having that even though it might not be the reality of it, but still having that understanding, still loving what you do, like that's admirable.
Yeah.
For real.
I mean, Kentucky's gonna have at least 2 top 10 like lottery picks, and he went out and beat them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's
crazy.
like
and I ain't gonna lie, that broke
straight
half
up
of America's brackets because then nobody see that
Bro,
coming.
there was no brackets left on ESPN. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zero. It was first time in history.
Did you see that they also are doing reverse now? So how many completely imperfect brackets?
Yeah.
Which I thought was
saw that.
super funny. Like how many brackets are you trying to get wrong? That's pretty interesting.
That's almost more impressive than winning them. Is catching every loser.
Catching every loser. Can you?
Well, yeah, that will be out after the first round because
they say it's only like 3 more like perfect brackets remaining.
There's no perfect brackets. In women's, yes. In women's, I think there are perfect brackets. Yeah,
that's probably.
But
what I saw.
in men's, I don't think there's 0 perfect brackets.
Sorry, America.
Yeah.
Try again next year.
Yeah.
Hey, is that because of the NIL thing? You think
that the NCAA is harder to predict? Yeah.
I think
it's
you just never know.
You just never.
I mean,
know.
like with it being this new, right? So it's not like, I mean, some kids may transfer from one school to another, but the kids that are already there, I think in 2 or 3 years this is going to get even harder to judge because, like the UK game, it's like who the fuck's Oakland,
right?
You know what I mean? But but now you've got these people that don't need to go to the top 10 schools to, you may be better off going to Oakland and being a number 1 or number 2 than going to Kentucky and being a number 4 or 5.
Fighting for a 4 or 5.
Like you think
Yeah.
Fighting for the 4 or 5.
Exactly.
So
Not
y'all
even
think
like
the NIL got something to do with it? You know what I'm saying? Like
That's what I'm saying. I think
yeah.
I would rather
Connecting the
be
dots.
I would rather be number 1 in Oakland than number 6 at UK.
No,
Tight.
I don't know. I would if you're number
Well,
6
I mean,
in
you
UK,
a UK I mean, fan,
No, I would say like
you
Duke.
know,
I would say QK. I would say if you're number 6 on Duke, you have a higher chance to get the NBA than being a number 1 in Oakland. You know what I mean? Like to get
Yeah,
the
that's
NBA.
okay. That makes
so
sense.
so like where like it's
A
just
number
a-
6 though at UK.
I mean,
you're not starting.
yeah, but let's talk to Devin Booker about that.
Yeah. But how do you guys
You know
feel
what I
about
mean? You
even
know
the
what I'm
fact that like
Devin Booker's a beast, and he
No,
was in
he's-
this. He
yeah,
was
you know,
not.
he's-
He was
yeah.
not the guy in the NBA that he is at UK. But if he weren't at UK, if he was at Oakland, he may not get that opportunity at the
Right.
NBA. But because he was
At
not
UK.
at UK,
Yeah.
he did get that
But
opportunity.
that was
Yeah,
before
because-
the NILs. Now
because
now
like-
the
Oh,
NIL
yeah. Yeah,
You
Because
know what I'm
like,
saying?
he like-
Now the NILs are here. If Nike goes and and puts money behind somebody that's on Oakland, now they're in the spotlight.
Well, now Oakland is in the spotlight.
Yeah, they're in the
going
spotlight
forward,
now.
yeah. Going forward, like next year. Now they might.
They're gonna
take
be
all
on
the
everyone's
shooters.
radar
They
for
take
sure.
all the shooters.
Yeah.
You're allowed to shoot at Oakland. I'm going there. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of like what these kids are thinking. Think about
sure.
it. You're going to high school and you want to shoot all day. Oakland took out UK last year. I'm willing to go
Right.
there. And that's how
when
they need to get a couple
Butler
big
did that.
bodies.
Butler got to the
They
championship,
got the
and now
they go have the shooters go to Oakland. Now they got to get a couple big body guys.
Yeah,
you know
but
what
they
I'm saying?
will. They'll
Guys to get down
recruit.
and dirty. You know what I'm saying? Clean
Yeah.
up the threes. You know, grab the offensive rebounds, put it back up, and one. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah. So Oakland's going to get that traction. It just takes the small schools to do a little bit. Like FAU didn't get any attention. Now they're in the tournament every year. See what I mean?
Florida
So it's just like that kind of like transition for these schools. Like NKU used to get nothing, and then NKU became a Division 1, and then they just started getting that opportunity, and now they played UK years back, but like they're getting a chance. The smaller schools, it's hard for the small schools because these big schools dominate. You know, the Big Ten, SEC, ACC, they get these big opportunities with the little schools. They have to win the entire conference
Yeah.
to just get in
The only-
as a 10 seed, not even as a 5
Yeah.
seed, like as a
like
10 seed.
they're out there working.
Yeah.
The only advantage that the small schools do have is like if you happen to have a player that's like super sweet and they want to stay close to home, then it's
Right.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then it's like that. You feel me? Like, yeah.
Mom's the
like,
manager on that
Hey,
one.
shout out Baby Bird. He came to the store the other day. He performed at Madison or at Thompson House, I believe. Show. Shout out, bro. Seeing you on the stream, man. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, it's like love seeing these artists come in, check out the store, and then rock. He got the Be So Good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Ward at the Thompson House.
Yeah, he's on here right now,
Appreciate
man.
you, bro.
Yeah, shout
Yeah,
out.
that shirt
Yes,
goes
sir.
hard. By the way, that's my favorite shirt. I
Appreciate
love
that, man.
design.
We just made it. Like I made that logo a long time ago, and I put it on my flannels, and it was just one of those things where it's like, you know, at the time, like no one was really printing on flannels, and it's like I didn't want to put a logo on a flannel. Like I wanted it to look like it was just graffitied on the back of it, right? So, found those shirts. I was like, all right, bro, let me bring this logo back out. See if anyone fucks with it, and it flew off the shelves, man.
It has.
And that's what we're saying. Like, you know, you don't know what you know. We make something, we design it, we throw it up against the wall, and some of it sticks, and some of it falls right the fuck off, bro. We never know which one does,
You
man.
never know. You
Dennis
just,
Rodman.
Yeah.
The
That Dennis Rodman
go
one's
crazy.
fire, bro.
Yeah, I seen prime time with it on. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, what?
Somebody
I'm like, okay,
tagged
let's
me
go.
with
Cool.
one of the DJs from the Wiz was wearing the Jordan shirt while he was DJing one of the bars downtown too,
That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
which was fire. Yeah,
Yeah, that was I think he was Beyond the Stage guy. He was like,
yeah.
I saw that too. Yeah, I was like, that's cool seeing him because it's crazy seeing these guys do the show and then I see them do other stuff and I'm like, now I recognize them going forward because
Right.
like otherwise I wouldn't have known. Like TV shows works with super solid people.
Yeah.
So these producers are out there crushing it, and even if they're an introverted person and they're not out there socializing, they're out there doing good work and they deserve to shine. That's what the show's for, and that's what this podcast is for. Giving people that like give that opportunity to speak their truths. Tell
So check this out.
Yeah,
So
what's
I
up?
just saw a podcast with Shaq the other day.
Uh-oh.
And I don't know if
Okay.
it was like you guys' brand on there. The guy
Sure
who
was,
it,
bro.
Was that
It
really?
was.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Gary
That was
Owen.
that was a big milestone for the brand, man, because you know when it comes to trying to get the brand out there, right? It's like with Gary Owen, the guy that was wearing the hat on Shaq's podcast, like, you know, when I first met Gary, I gave him a bunch of the clothes and hats and stuff, and his wife was like, at the time, she was like, well, what do you want him to do? Do you want him to post and tag Native? And I was like, no, like, yes, but no, like, yeah, like that would be great, but that's not the reason why I'm here. Like, you know, he's from Cincinnati, right? Like he's tied into the streetwear thing, so it's like it would be stupid not to hook him up with some clothes, right?
What's crazy is I just saw it. I was just scrolling through, and then I'm going through. Wait a second.
Yeah, bro.
Real
You saw
fast?
that?
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on here? I'm like, is that Native?
You familiar with that one mailman?
Yeah. I just got put on him like a month ago.
Okay.
Like the what is it? Stinker booty or whatever.
Stank Booty, yeah, OG Stank.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was on the pod. You know, he's on the pod.
yeah, we had him on about a month
Yeah,
or
you know
month or
what I'm
two ago. But like those are the things, man, and for us, like I've been trying to get into Shaq's DMs for years, bro, because he doesn't own it, but he sold all of his name and likeliness to the American Brands Group. So he's basically like an assistant CEO to this company who goes and just buys, you know, that. What are some of the companies that he owns, man? He owns like,
Shaq?
yeah,
owns
bro.
so much,
He
man.
owns
Epson?
I
Forever
definitely know-
21.
I know about
Really?
General.
Like the most random shit you would ever think, bro. Like random, like
I didn't know he had a majority stake in ring cams and stuff like that too.
yeah,
Like,
bro.
oh, wow.
Like he's got like 30 something Five Guys, like Epson,
everywhere. I
mean,
the
he's-
General, like
he looks like. I mean, he's a big dude, so you know, burgers.
yeah,
And
bro.
Five Guys burgers go crazy. So
Bro,
let's
he's
keep it
he's
100.
genius, man. He's like, hey, I got to eat. It's like
Oh, yeah.
it's like Jordan you know, when we were talking about Joe Burrow and how his agent needs to double down on getting him gigs. I'm like,
yeah.
Michael Jordan back in the day, like Mike, you wear underwear, okay? Hanes, we're gonna get you the Hanes contract. Oh, you like cars? We're gonna get you the Lincoln contract, right, or the Cadillac, whatever it was. But like, you know, there's things like this where like, hey, I'm rich and now I don't have to spend money. You know what I mean? Like people are gonna
Yeah.
give me stuff for free. That's the craziest thing. Like
Yeah, it
once you finally get all that money that you can spend, you don't have to spend it anymore. People are just gonna give you shit.
And Shaq, I think Shaq, he with Shaq, as far as cars go, like it's called the General.
The
Yeah.
insurance,
the insurance
yeah.
group, like the insurance people.
See,
And it's flexible. Like that's how they thing is. Like it's
Yeah.
flexible with car payments because he
You,
said like
you know the
he-
story.
when he was coming up, like I think he had like an SUV or something like that, and like he found out about that company, and I guess like the payments on how you car insurance, it was flexible. So like when he went to the league, you know what I'm saying, he had time to, you know, he got the money and all that, and he really invested on
Because-
the companies and what he came up with.
Because they invested in him back in the day. He bought the car and then realized that no insurance companies would take him except for the General.
That's so cool.
That's crazy.
So
yeah.
when he gets big and popular now, he's like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and help these guys out.
That's cool.
Yeah. And
Hell yeah, bro.
and what you mentioned about like once you get so big that you know money does. That's where philosophy comes into play a lot.
Yeah.
It's like that's what I study a lot because obviously my goals are large as far as everybody else's. But then you also hear about a lot of people when they get to those levels, they don't know what to do. And
Right.
that's where like even Shaq, when he goes into that stuff, he talks about like his philosophical tendencies as far as like building his life and what he did. So, and along with a whole bunch of other people too. Like that's the deep parts where I think about. You know what I mean? I don't even necessarily just think about, oh, I got so much money that I don't have to spend it, because then you know you start to think, oh, dang, like so where do I go from here? I built on hustle, I built on grind. So where do I go from here? So that's where I take away from Shaq in those moments too.
You got to get that extra zero, bro. Once you hit the mill, you're like, how do I get 10?
You're
Once you
right.
get 10, you're like, how do I make it to 100? You know what I mean? Like, there's levels to it all, bro. And it's
Yeah.
like, you know, like we were saying earlier, this store here is a dream, right? It's a dream for me. It's a dream for all of us, but we're in the middle of it right now. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, the dust is flying and the bullets are grazing our hair, bro. And like, we're just trying to figure out how to get to the next level, right?
Exactly.
Like, I still feel like I'm in the minors. I know, like, when these kids come in, they see this stuff and they go, wow, this is fucking incredible. And it is, but this is only the third chapter in the 12 chapter
Right.
book. You know what I mean? Like, like we got to get to the next level. Like once we're able to get a second store and run those two efficiently, that's when the money's going to be made. You know what I mean? Right now,
Yeah.
we're still trying to figure it out, bro. We're still Yosemite Sam with the 6 shooters.
But it's always still a blessing that, you know what I'm saying, when the kids see it, that it's like, you know.
Yeah, kids go crazy
You
for
know
this.
what I'm saying?
Oh, bro, I'm-
Every
still a
time they
blessing.
come in here.
It's always still a blessing.
I'm here
that
for
when
it, man.
They see that, because it's like, we know what we're trying to do, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, you know what I'm saying, they seeing it from a, you know
In
what I'm
real
saying?
time, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, it kind of that, you know what I'm saying? All
See,
right.
and
For
that's,
sure.
That's where a lot of my
Feel me? Like-
motivation comes from, because like that's what when I was a kid, like even in skateboarding, I was shunned. Like I didn't get a lot of that recognition.
Yeah.
And even then, with my everything I wanted to do, everybody just blew me off because I was that different kid. You know what I mean? I'm like I was outside the box thinker. I didn't want to just do everything else. So now, you know, when I'm older, I see these kids and everything. I'm like, what's up? Yeah, you could come over here. You could do this stuff. The way that these kids look when they come in here and find that lab, the way their jaws drop every time, it's like they just saw the greatest thing that ever happened. They're, whoa. Those 2 kids that came in here the other day, they just couldn't believe their eyes when they stood in front of their door.
Yeah, man.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
I love doing it for the next generation, for real.
And and that's it, bro. Like, you know, we don't expect, you know, the kids to come in here and buy something. You know what I mean? Like, we built this store for misfits. We built it for skateboarders that feel like they, you know, they can't go home during the daytime, that they need to go somewhere to unwind, right? Like that's how we built this store. And, you know, the 10, 12, 14-year-olds, like, you know, they're not buying yet, but we were all that kid, bro. We were all going into some store, whether or not we were accepted or not, but we were sitting there going, one day I'm going to buy this hat
100%.
or I'm going to buy this shirt. And for us, like, you know, shout out to the crew, because, you know, they handle the situation so well. When the kids come in, they're cool with them. Hey, what's going on? How's school? Like, you know, what's going on? And that's what we're trying to do, is trying to get to the point of relating to the kids, because we were all misfits at one point,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean? And it's just like these kids, like, they come in and they see the adults working, and it's like, if you talk to them, it's like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, now they bring mom in, and then all of a sudden they're trying to show mom the 7-Up door, and mom's like, you know, get away from there, get away from behind the counter, and the kids are like, come on, let me show you something.
Yeah, it happened this weekend. Literally happened this week. The kid ran up to the door, and his mom tried running full speed to stop him. Like, no, you can't go by the desk. And I was like, no. And he looked back at her and steps on the thing, and it opens, and he just grins and walks in. And I was like,
That's
he
a
just,
video moment right
dude.
there.
Yeah, bro.
It was a whole surreal little moment. And he's like, I mean, he was only maybe 3 years older than Charlie. He was not very old at all. He ran in real quick, like got
He's
away
never
from
gonna
her.
forget that.
Oh, for real. And like like Jay's saying is, like, to piggyback off him, due to like my experience with Cosmic back in the day in the Florence Mall, they were so understanding of us coming in and hanging out as just like we were just mall rats. We were just hanging out for the music scene before we'd go to a show at the Mad Hatter in Covington. But we'd be at the Florence Mall, hanging out at Cosmic, walk around, go in the food court, get our food, come back, hang out. And they were totally cool with us hanging out. There was a half pipe in the back of the store. We just hang out on it. And Daniel, shout out to Daniel Rickard, man. Jody Collins and Jeffrey Spiegel and all the people that were there. They really like let us hang out. And without that experience, I don't know what would have happened. That opened my eyes to, at a young age, like not young age, but I was 18, 19, 20, like to like, oh, I can just hang out here, and like I can just bring my like band stuff here. That's cool. And they were so open. And now I'm like, I'm in that same position.
Yeah.
So if you can, you should. And I think that a place for them to hang out and a place to go keeps people out of trouble.
It really does.
Keeps people in a place where they feel motivated and they feel like their word is heard,
Right.
and they're understood, and you're not alone in this. And I think that is a huge part
Your
of
word is heard. I like that, bro.
Your word is heard, man. It's important because a lot of kids out here don't think they have a voice, and
Exactly.
and you
then
do
they go down those paths because they're just like, no one cares about me. I don't care about anyone
How's it
else
going?
then. And then they go down that path, and then, you know, it's been so many times where I've even had kids, like young guys, that everyone just shuns. It was like a little 14-year-old BMX rider one day. Everyone hated him and stuff. I'm like, what's going on, man?
Yeah, what's going on, bro?
And so he was just chilling, and then he broke down completely. And I was like, nah, it's all good. So I invited him to one of my free shows in Wisconsin. This man ended up being one of our main media people. He ended up taking videos, doing everything for us, and he was just so happy to be part of it. Turned his life around and everything. Now he's going to college. He was a completely failing student in high school. He's all in college for media and everything now, doing all types of stuff just because somebody just cared. It was hard to, like, you know, sometimes sit him down, But at the same time, you know, when you're built and you just believe that absolutely no one cares about you because you came from a rough home too, that it's just hard to even want to listen to anybody else. You just completely lose hope. But no, he didn't. He loved the shows. He came out and he was so happy about it. And I'll never forget him. Seriously.
That's awesome. I see how you're lighting up on it. And
Yeah.
I feel the same way about the music scene. The music scene gives a place for kids to go. You know, like my experience, like when I was doing vocals for Ocean Grid, but even before that, but like with Ocean Grid, I would literally hand the microphone, the physical microphone, that was my hot mic, that I would hand to a kid in the crowd because I knew he was standing off by himself, being his loner self. That's cool, buddy, but you're not time to shine.
Yeah.
So I'd hand it, and they were just anxious. They're like, and they would just scream because I know they've been practicing. I know they've been home in that mirror practicing.
The one who's focused on you. They're quiet, but they're focused.
I could see him mouthing the words. I'd see different ones mouth. I'm like, I see you, buddy. Here you go. And I would step back and get a drink of water. I'm just taking a little break, but he gets to scream. I get a break. Everyone wins, and then he'd come to every show. Never miss a show, ever. That point forward, nice catch. Anytime we drop a new shirt, he'd be the first one in line. We drop a poster, first one in line. We drop a new beanie, first one in line. And I'm like, I just handed a mic for 10 seconds.
Yeah, right.
But it doesn't even matter because that was his moment. And he'll never forget. He probably talks about it to this day. Exactly. And not because of me or anything. He may not even know my name, but he knows that show, that Ocean Grid band, that vocalist handed him that microphone. And who knows how, I don't know what age he is now. That was 8 years ago. But now he's probably like mid to late 20s, maybe 25. Maybe he was 17 at the time. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It impacted him because I could just see it in his eyes that he was looking for that chance to get a voice heard, and he got to scream in his own way, in his moment, on a real microphone at a real show with 250 kids in the room, and it was his chance, dude. And that's literally it. And it doesn't even. It's not. My life isn't shifted that way, but now I remember that. You know what I mean? His life shifts, and then maybe in the fast forward, he comes to Native. Maybe he's bought something from Native. Maybe he watches me online. I don't know. Internet's a crazy place.
Right. Speaking of that, somebody is saying on there they want to know about what Native is.
Who's Jeff Johnson?
Shut up. I can't lie. I don't know about any of this. I play D&D, but I love Native and the Banks.
And Banks, Jays.
All right.
Jeff Johnson.
Is this so? I do know a Jeff Johnson, but he's a music artist in like Florida. So I don't know if that's the same guy, but. Let's see. He said he doesn't know about the brand yet.
He doesn't know anything about this. What this is, I'm not sure.
Well, Jeff, I appreciate you tuning in, bro.
Where you from, Jeff, man?
Yeah. I appreciate you tuning in, bro.
Jeff
so,
Johnson, man, where you from, man?
Every Tuesday we go live inside of Native on the Levee. So the store's open. You can come in and you can shop. We've got a 2,000 square foot store here with all 859 and 513 area code stuff. We've got a hidden lab in the back that has all the mad scientist clothes. But we're down here in Newport on the Levee. It's right across the water from downtown Cincinnati, Ohio. And we just like to have fun, man. It's just a clothing store, podcast stage in the front window. So every Tuesday we can go live with the homies and have some fun, grab some drinks. If you guys want to come in and be a part of the podcast, you guys are more than welcome to come down and grab a drink, grab a seat behind the fence. What do you call this thing? What is this?
Well, I call it like, I don't know. I call it like what is the external of the, I don't know. What did you call it? The bar? The
external stage.
The external stage. The guardrail. He said the guardrail. I like that.
Man, just come back, man. Give us a visit, man.
Come visit us, man. Like what we're talking about now is like we love to see the creatives come down and like just show us what you're doing. Like if it's a Native collab or not, it doesn't even matter because like we know we can see when like someone's got the juice, man, and we're like, all right, like, let's put you in the proper channels to get you out there.
And this is a prime example too, man. So we always talk about seats at the table, right? And like the way that we go about the business is, if you want to be a part of the brand, you gotta find your seat at the table. Like I'm not gonna clear your spot out and give you the steak and the wine and all that shit. You just gotta walk around the table and find your spot, bro, because there's definitely chairs open. You know what I mean? Like, and for somebody like you to come in, new off the ship. I first time we met was today, but like the past 2 weeks, it's like been content. Like we've been back and forth on the content. So now that you're here, it's like and you know, you meet the crew. It's like, bro, the auras they just hit, right? And so it's like, all right, we got that same vibe now. If you can find your seat at the table to go, hey, you guys are missing this. You know what I mean? If you guys can add this to what you're doing, you guys are going to be a lot further along. So now all of a sudden you pointed out your chair, right? And now we go, okay, well let's fix you a meal. How do we figure out how to get you a plate? You know what I mean? And that's the way we look at things, bro. Because you know there's so many like, and people come in from the outside, they see this and they go, holy shit, they got a lot going on. You know what I mean? But there's only 4 of us total that are running the whole ship. So, you know, we need content creators, we need videographer, we need somebody to take photos, we need somebody to print. Like, you know, we need all these different things. And, you know, if you can come in and if you can find your chair, there's ways that chair is going to make money for you. You know what I mean? Like the last thing I want to do is to have anybody sit at the table and eat for free. And the last thing I want is anybody sitting at the table not eating at all. You know what I mean? So there's got to be a little juxtaposition there, something that's you know is a common ground where you can, you know, you'll be able to sit down, throw your ideas out, and make money off it. You know what I mean? And that's the whole thing about creatives, bro.
Like, and the difference about you guys is you guys do listen, and this is crazy. This is a different. Unlike many stores, many brands, many companies, most companies are just looking, hey, let me get your idea and then leave. Or, hey, let me promise you something and take it. Not once since I've been here have I felt that way. Even then, like, I've been more timid. You guys are just like, no, let it happen. Go freedom of creativity. 100%.
Yeah, bro.
And that's really all I ask for when I come to most brands. I've tried to work with many people, but I haven't had it like I've had here. And it's only been 2 weeks. Let me just point that out, too. It's only been like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I've gotten more done since working with you guys, just with my mind flow, just to get my ideas out, than I've done in the past like 6 months.
That's incredible, bro.
Yeah,
You're
insane.
throwing them against the wall, man, seeing what sticks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the name of the game, bro. You don't know what sticks to the wall. You know, my favorite designs have fallen right off. You know what I mean? But the Harambe, that thing's like suction, bro. You throw it to the wall and it's like a magnet. It's not coming off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I appreciate it too, man, for sure.
That's crazy that you mentioned that because we, you know, creativity and then like, you know, my side, you know what I'm saying, hip hop, you know what I'm saying, rap. So it's like, I listen to a lot of interviews from artists, you know, and they always talk about, you know, these guys and women, you know what I'm saying, like they in the studio, they busting tracks back to back.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they don't really know what track is gonna hit, and like some of their favorite tracks, they think like, yo, this is the one. It's always the one it's always the one they never expected.
Right.
And that's the one that always hit. But like with that being said, it's just like you said, man, you just gotta keep going at it. You know what I'm saying? Like staying in the gym, the studio, same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You working. You feel me? Like you trying to see what stick. You know what I'm saying? Like you keep putting them out there. You gonna have hits, but then you know, like one of them gonna be a home run.
Right.
Yeah.
It's magic dust, though, bro. You never know which one hits, right? Like, especially when it comes to the music industry, you know, the song that you put out could be the greatest song, you know, the lyrics, the beat, everything, but if it doesn't hit the right channel, it just falls off on the wayside, and then all of a sudden, you as an artist, you're like, fuck, it didn't hit, right? Like that, they're not messing with it. But it could just be it went down the wrong channel, and you just got to, you know, take that song and figure out how to put it somewhere else where it's going to pop off.
I'm a Wiz Khalifa fan, and now we know Wiz from Cushion Orange Juice.
Oh yeah.
Some people might know Wiz from How Fly.
That's the greatest mixtape out there, bro.
Hey, look, man. Hey, some people might know him from like Prince of the City, but like his overall like See You Again on YouTube, 1 billion views.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he probably didn't know that was go as crazy as it did.
For sure. He probably wrote that in 6 minutes, too,
Probably.
man.
Right.
It's always the ones that take the less
emotion.
time. Yes, it's always the songs that take the less time.
Yeah.
It's authentically you just getting put out there. Usually the ones that people don't care about is just like, this is just me. I'm just going to throw something out there.
Right.
It's crazy how that works, bro. But like it just really come from like I'm convinced it come from just going at it every day. Every day.
You got to, bro.
So Yaman, what have you been working on, dude? I know you've been busy at school and doing a lot of things with your music. What's on the plate for you these days right now? I know you're busy, man.
I got a project called Kick and Flame.
Okay.
It's kind of like it's so the
Sounds
the
fire.
Tight.
I
The
got you.
concept behind it is like so I got a homie that put me on Lil B
Okay.
when I was growing up.
Sure.
So the concept behind it is from Lil B, and Lil B, when he made his songs, it was kind of just like, it was literally like he just did what he wanted to do. He wasn't signed to a label, so he didn't have the pressures of
Yeah, no
nobody
pressure,
telling him
yeah.
what songs you should make that's gonna be a hit or be on Billboard. Like he's kind of just literally
Do his thing.
letting his creativity, and like he paved the way for guys like Yachty, you know what I'm saying, Cardi, the list can go on and on.
Sure. Yeah.
Trippie Redd.
A lot of people don't know about Lil B. A lot of
If
people
you
don't
in there,
know.
you know about Lil B.
Yeah. Especially with the KD curse or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah. And then he said he lifted the curse, and then KD won his first chip and everything like that.
Yeah, it was a whole
Yeah.
thing, bro.
KD
Like,
curse, bro. Okay.
Yes, no, seriously.
Okay,
like,
I'm hearing you.
'cause
I'm here.
KD
I'm new to this.
Well, okay, all right. So
Talk to me, yeah.
So KD rap too.
Sure. Yeah.
You feel me? A lot of people don't know that, but Kevin
Dame
Dur-
Dollar's out there too. Yeah.
Dame Dollar. Oh, you called him Dame Dollar.
See, he's a whole different
yeah.
caliber of artist. Like as a rapper and basketball player, he's like it's Dame Dollar, and then it's everybody else.
Yeah.
Like,
Dame
He in the
Dollar's.
same wave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, look, we can, you know, even on the women's side, we got Flajay Johnson that played with
Yeah.
LSU. She rap. She from, you know what I'm saying? She from Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Okay.
her dad, I think her dad, like, he was like, you know, you know what I'm saying? He made music and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, she make music. The last game they won, she promoted her new song. You know, she really got it like that, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here, just put him back onto the Lil B thing though. I want
Lil
to know
B,
about
let's-
this
Lil B,
Let's touch
man.
base on Lil B a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, like, he got Pink Flame, you feel me? Like, Blue Flame. So, it's kind of like, you know, it's just
Yeah.
like, like, it's an inspiration to me.
I see.
So,
Yeah.
you know, Kick and Flame.
I see. Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
They both
So-
sound fire.
Yeah.
It's that inspiration. When you're looking at your music, do you take the inspiration first, or do you like start making the beat and get inspired once you're in the thick of things, or are you taking the inspiration from the get go? How's your process
The crazy
work?
thing
Yeah.
about music is there ain't no
process.
wrong or
I'm
right
asking
way
your
to do it.
process. Your process.
It's so it's
sporadic. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's cool.
It's like I can you know, if you play the right beat, and then if I hear something in my head, I'm like, yo. But then
Yeah.
there'll be times where I could be like going through the city and I'm probably already listening to music, and then I just come up with an idea like, hey, I'm gonna make a song about this. You know what I'm saying? Like it
That's
just
real
be like
musicianship right there.
that. Bro, I was literally with Wolf. Shout out Wolf. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Wolfman,
and we
bro.
was- we was
Huge shout out
freestyling.
Wolfman, bro, for sure.
Man, we was freestyling yesterday, and we've been working on music together. But like, it's been so many times we link and we like freestyle, and like you just got to be there, bro, because it's like we in our own world and we just going. And
Yeah.
it'd be great. Like we'd be out in the city. Like yesterday was weird because like some dude was by the Red Stadium, and you know what I'm saying, Wolf walked up to him, and then next thing you know, we talking to dude, and
Oh, nice.
yeah, and then next thing you know, we got a little freestyle session. So like, it was
Oh,
kinda-
that's dope.
yeah, you know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Like, yeah.
The
That's dope.
freestyle sessions are always the best, man, because they so spontaneous.
It was spontaneous as hell.
Yeah, that's cool.
There he is.
Hey, what up? Greg in the house. huh?
Greg in the house. What's up, man?
What's up? What's up?
Greg in
bro?
the
How you
house.
doing?
Daywalker in the building.
Daywalker in the building right now. But
What's
yeah,
up,
that's
dude?
that
What's up?
music. It's just sporadic, bro. Like there ain't no wrong or right way to do it. Like it's you know, it's like pain.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know you don't really know where it's coming from until it just hits you. Light bulb click, ding.
Right.
You just get to it.
Yeah.
If you don't get to it, then you can lose it.
You
Yeah.
lose it. Yeah. If
know
you
what I'm saying?
If you don't use it, you lose
If
it.
you
That's
don't
what they
use it,
say,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. If you don't
You
use
just
it,
gotta
you
get to it
lose
right
it.
now.
Yeah, that is so true. Especially in like when you get that momentum going. If you have the momentum, like right now beyond the stage, we got a little bit of momentum. So I went ahead and announced Millie Oliver, but they're not going to announce until April 5th. So, but I wanted to continue this momentum that we've got going. So I don't want to lose that with our people. You know what I mean? So like I'm like, you know what? Like we're going to drop the next show. Like I always drop the marquee photo because I take a marquee photo because we get the marquee at Madison Live, which is super dope to be able to have our show and shining lights. And then I post the stage setup because I set the stage up with plants and the whole aesthetic, and I set it to how I'd like it. And I take a quick photo before we go on live, and then after that, it's whatever happens. But like, I try to keep that momentum by dropping the next flyer, gives the next show a whole month of promotion on our side. But the artists will do their thing when the time's right, and we'll keep it going. But that momentum is everything. It really is, because you gotta harness that energy, that ball of light, and you gotta hit it when it's right. And then before you know it, it's on to the next thing and the next thing, and before you know it, you've got people in your DMs like, hey, this is super fire, like you're announcing the next show. I didn't even know you were doing this multi-genre thing, and that creates a new conversation. It's a new conversation because you've taken the momentum and you put it in your favor, rather than just letting it hit the wall and fall. And that's the worst thing, man. Like, we want graffiti to hit the wall and tell about our story. We don't want the idea to hit the wall and fall. We want it to go and break through, because
Gotta spray it right.
gotta spray it right. You know what I mean? Let it drip, 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 drip.
Yeah, don't let it drip.
Yeah. You gotta make it. You gotta take advantage of your momentum, because you only get this one chance. You know what I mean? Like Eminem said it right, man. Like, he really spoke the truest words
That's
back
who
when.
put me. It's funny you mentioned Eminem, because that's what really started my life. Was I just posted a song the other day. It was "The Way I Am" by Eminem. Back when my mom burned the CD, 2 CDs when she got out of jail, and it was the Marshall Mathers LP, and it was another one I forgot, but "The Way I Am," that was the one, because I was so different than everybody else. And then that song, it was just like, all right. And then that just turned everything around in my life. So it's funny that you mentioned Eminem. And then because what's that? The 8 Mile song that you're talking about?
Yeah. No, he spoke it the truest, man. He really hit that, the perfect, whether it was the catchiness or whether it was the movie, everything about it worked perfectly in what he was doing, because he was kind of leaving the Slim Shady days behind, going into a new thing, but still telling a story about being Rabbit, and you know what I mean? And so like those stories really created the legend beyond like what he's actually doing, because like now you look at Eminem and he's beyond a seasoned veteran. He's like, his hair's different, his whole aesthetic's different, his vibe is different.
People think it's 2 different people.
All right, it does.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like, you know what I'm saying? You can't, like, you just sing both sides.
Yeah,
to both sides,
like, because you Chicago, you feel me? Chicago, and then like you spent some time out, you know what I'm saying, out there, you feel me? Like
going from Chicago to Wisconsin,
and
it's crazy.
You're from Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Like, Jay's from Chicago. Both
Jay's
from
Chicago.
Yeah. Chicago.
What part of Chicago are you from?
South Side in the hundreds.
All right.
121st.
Nice, bro. Yeah, so you're in the thick of things down there. Yeah, I was I was in Schaumburg.
That's where my aunt lives right now. So that's why I go so hard, too. I got family that still lives in Chicago. Like, I was telling him the other night, like, one of the best nights of my life, I got a phone call that my cousins got into some stuff. It was actually the time I got put on the metal and everything like that. I had one of the craziest nights. But my family called and said something happened with my cousins. And I was like, all right, I got to get to this. Like, there's no more time to waste. This was about 3 years ago. And so that's why I go so hard, because I still got people in that. Like, I might be having a good time in life and might doing stuff, but it's not just me, you know what I mean?
For sure, bro.
So I'm that's why I go so hard. 100%.
That's awesome, man.
Hell yeah.
Do you go back to Chicago a lot?
Not well. So I got it's some issues and stuff at where I was from with, because I got the same name as my dad and everything. So like, you know, it's just safer for me to be away from there.
I hear you. Yeah. Especially Chicago, bro. They're not gonna fucking second guess anything like that.
He did a lot of stuff. Let me just put it like that.
Bro, you ain't even gotta explain
hey, well, good for you, bro. Fucking making lemonade out of lemons, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. It's, you know, my dad always told me, it's like he always used to talk about this brass ring that I would go for, right? And he's like, and I was like, what does that even mean, bro? Like, I don't want a brass ring. He's like, no, it's that MTV mentality. He's like, you think that you can just have it. He's like, the only people that make it in this world are people like Eminem. Like, he literally said, Eminem, he's like, you gotta be drugged through the dirt to understand, to appreciate these things. He's like, you know, you grew up with a spoon in your mouth. You know what I mean? Like, my dad was that type of guy. Is like, you know, I gave you everything, so it's not like you're gonna you know, be the next Eminem. But once we started doing the hypercolor stuff, that's when he was really like, holy shit, dude! Like, you know what you're doing. Like, he actually stopped me one day and he was like, I'm proud of you. I'm like, man, that's cool as shit. You know what I mean? Because that's hard to get from the
dude,
the older version of yourself, right? You know what I mean? Because he sees everything you do, and he's like, fuck, that was wrong. You should have did this.
Right, man.
But and he was like, we were going through all the legalities of I was getting sued by the original company that had the technology to hypercolor, and my dad was like, look, man, I'm fucking proud of you. Like,
That's probably a crazy moment right there.
yeah, bro. Like I'll never forget it because it's one of those things where it's like, you know, I'm still Yosemite Sam with the 6-shooters, bro. I don't know what I'm doing, but I've got my guns out and I've got 6 bullets in each one, and I'm just fucking shooting at the wall, you know. And so for him to say something like that, it's like, all right, you know, I'm in this, dude. I'm built for this, and I didn't realize it until probably 2 or 3 years ago. But everything that my mom did and everything that my dad did, like I've taken, like my mom did Adobe Illustrator before Adobe Illustrator was a job. And my dad printed for Sports Illustrated magazines and shit like that. So I basically took my mom's Adobe Illustrator skills and then my dad's printing skills and just kind of made it my own thing without even realizing that I was falling down the same path as my parents.
That's
you know
crazy.
what I mean? So it's dope to see, bro. But like, you know, when I was getting sued by Exude, which is the company that bought all the trademarks from Genera, that was the color changing clothing brand from like 1990s, 92 to 94 is when they were huge. So when I got the trademarks, I started creating the brand, and then I met with a lawyer. The lawyer fell in love with it. I offered him 15% of the business to basically protect me and everything that I was doing, because I knew that, you know, these guys were going to come after me down the road. And they ended up coming after me, and you know, but the whole legality thing, my dad was like, just within these past 6 months, you've learned so much. Like, it's amazing to see that, you know, what you're coming up with and what you're creating and what you're doing and how you're fighting a New York law firm, right? I was just
that's nuts.
I was working at Scott's Lawn Service, bro, and I was fighting a New York law firm.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just part of the story, bro. And you know, unfortunately, I lost the trademark to that law firm, but they have no idea how to create the product like I
Right.
did. I created the color changing shirts, right? And so hopefully, you know, 5 to 10 years down the road, we're going to be able to sue them and say, look,
Yeah.
motherfucker,
Yeah.
we're the ones that brought the shit back. You guys just want to troll the trademark, right? But we'll see, man. We'll see. It's fun, dude. It's
We'll be
fun.
back.
It's fun being
Right.
it's fun being in that lane of trial and error. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being the young guy on the court, just shooting the guns to see what happens, bro.
Right.
Yeah, I think it just shows like the resilience of what creators are really capable of doing. Where let's say like the white collar mentality, where like they're like, oh, we're sitting here with the money, we control all of it, and then the creators like, hey, we're about to pick it. We're about to come at you one way or another, and we're gonna be pesty. We're not gonna give up on this.
Right.
And I think the people that are sitting there that may not be on the creative side, but more on the financial business side, they're like, whoa, they won't leave us alone. Like, these guys are scaring us. They're making us a little nervous. Like, they're shaking shit up. And I like that. I like that mentality. Like, I come from, like, much like him, where, like, my father's very business-oriented, and I kind of, like, heard him talking in my ear all the time, and I'm like, I'm cool on it. He's like, you got to really think about the business side of it. You want to play this music shit, and, like, you're not really going to, there's more business behind that than you even realize. I'm like, I'm just going to try to make it. And he's like, you better figure out the business end of things. You can make money in anything. You just got to figure it out. And I would fight the mentality, but really I was learning without realizing I'm learning.
Mm-hmm.
And once I got into like certain situations, I started hearing the same terminology. And my mom is very art oriented. She's her house at their place. Their house is like art all over. Their bathroom is Monopoly. The basement has got all her childhood relics, and her whole bedroom door, which was a sticker door, literally on the ceiling of the basement. It's wild. And the whole floor is painted red with all this color splashes. It's insane. They have a colored pool table. They did it up, but I chose to leave that lifestyle and that home at a pretty early age, out of high school, because I was like, you know what I wanted was not aligning, and they understood of it. I mean, eventually it took a little while. They fought me on it, like, But eventually I proved just like him, and
Right.
I made an LLC for my own band, and I created all the documents, and I created a solid business plan, and I had way beyond the music, because to me the music was just music's all I'm presenting to you, but I have a marketing plan. We're gonna set this up. At the time the band was Ocean Grid, and I typed everything is OG, and I was like, let's market the streetwear.
Right.
Let's go to streetwear direction and present metal music.
To do that
And,
at
like,
18
yeah.
and 19, no matter
Got
what
to.
background you come from, is incredible. Like it's so hard. Like no matter if you're a good background, leaving your home at 18, 19, going to do something. It's the scariest thing.
It's scary. It's
ever.
scary. But creators, we're
Yeah.
resilient, and we
Exactly.
just want our
Just wanna
voice
do it.
heard. You know what I mean?
Right.
We want to be out there. We don't want to
Really
just
want something.
like, I eventually, started working for a bank and did mortgage fulfillment as a processor. And I was like sitting in this cubicle promoting my band from my phone, literally in this cubicle emailing clients. And I'm just waiting for them to get back. I'm like, I got like an hour until I'm going to hear from anything. I guess I'm going to go get lunch and maybe email a bunch of people and message people about getting my band further. I guess what else do I got to do in this place? I'm in a big ass bank and I don't really want to be here. Like, but when they laid us all off because of the Obama refinance program ended, so they laid everyone off. And then I got my internship at Madison Theater, and the rest is history. And now we're doing those shows. Like,
Yeah.
the opportunities presented themselves, and you take it. But like, it's resilience
Yeah, it
beyond
really
the
is
artistic. It's as humans, we want something. We're not willing to let anyone stop us. I don't care who you are. If you're gonna stand in my way, sir, I'm gonna step around you, and I'm gonna go with all due respect,
Right.
regardless
With
if you're
all due
standing
respect,
with
yes.
all due respect, regardless of what you think you've run for me and you think you can do better than me. That's cool. Continue to do you, but I'm gonna do me. I promise you that. So like, and with myself and Jay and Yaman even and yourself, like, I think that we as people know what we want. It's just finding the way to get there. And there's levels to this. We try to get to the top of the mountain, but when you get to the top of this mountain, you see the mountain over there. You're like, oh, it's higher. It's higher.
Gotta add that zero,
I'm
bro.
going there.
Exactly.
I'm
Like
going
you
there.
said
You know what
earlier,
I
add
mean?
that zero.
I'm going. I guess I need to recharge my backpack, and I'm going to walk there. And then you get up halfway up that mountain, and you're overseeing the other mountain. But really, like, man, those people are up there doing. I can see the party. How far do I got to get to this party? And then you just got to keep going. When you get to that party, you're like, man, these people are partying. I'm ready to go for more. And then you just keep going, because like, if you really celebrate on every single win, you're gonna find yourself you've exhausted your energy.
Yeah.
Get the wins and go on to the next one.
I lost a lot of people in my crowds around that, because like they're just like, man, take a break. I'm like, it's no break in
No
sight.
break.
I
No break.
gotta keep going.
No break. No,
Like, I know we did this, but there's a next step. I know we did that. There's a next step, and I've lost most of the people who I've worked with over the years. And then you see in the future, as you keep doing stuff, then they come back around and stuff. They always come back around. Everybody always comes because they didn't believe you in the time.
Yeah,
they
they
didn't
never
think
believe
you could
you,
do
yeah.
it. And then
Yeah.
they see like, hey, so how come you didn't tell me about this, or like, I didn't know you were doing it. You did know, but it's different now because I was successful
Exactly.
at it. Like,
yeah, I'm literally relating right now with Beyond the Stage with that, because I had a lot of people that are telling me like I was told it was ambitious. I was told, which ironically, I had my first EP with Ocean Grid was called Ambitions EP. That was the very first EP that we released. Ambitions EP was like recorded in a closet in my bedroom in Fort Thomas, Kentucky, and like that was it. Ambitions EP, and then it was bad traction, but it was bad tracks on the quality sense, in my personal opinion. But we handed that out on the highway, like people heard that, and like.
Yeah.
But then I took that and I moved
This
on.
the one you
but
was talking about?
yeah,
that's an
that was
incredible
that was
song.
Ambitions EP.
They was damn. That's great. They
But-
said they was like.
Well, I wasn't thrilled with it, but it was what I had available.
had it, yeah.
It's what I had available, but I was going to get
Yeah.
better. I knew that. And like with Beyond the Stage, it's like people saying it's ambitious and this and this. I'm like, we'll get there. I don't care
Right.
what you have to say. Like, it doesn't matter to me. But now, like with Native, like people used to question when I was doing, like, they're like, you're really going to work for this clothing brand and do this and whatever. Like, that's pretty also ambitious. I'm like, I believe in Native and believe what Jay's built up. I think I can help take it to another level and go even further. And then the lab happened, pandemic happened, lab happened. And then before you know it, we've built something that now, like, everyone's coming in, the creators, all the local creators
Yeah.
coming here and collectively being a part of the community. And if I would have stopped and not even pursued it and maybe went a more safe route, I don't know where I would be, and I'm glad I took the risks. My brother calls me a risk taker, and I'm like, you're a risk taker. You did some stuff. And he's like, no, Andrew, I'm not the risk taker you are. Let's not get it twisted. I'm like, Fair, but I take calculated risks. But I think those risks are important. I don't.
So
know.
like, they was really like trying, you know what I'm saying? They was talking to you like, yo,
Lot.
bro, don't do that.
Well, yeah, bro. Always, man. Always get these naysayers.
Anytime
But they're not. They're people they're people that think they have my best interest at heart. They're not people that are out for me.
Right.
They're people that are like, hey, man, this is tough. Like for be on the stage, I'm only doing one artist on stage, and one art vendor. They have to bring all the people.
Yeah.
Most shows are 4 or 5 artists that collectively bring everybody. But I'm choosing one artist, hand selecting them. I even ask them to do it in person most of the time if I can do that. Each one so far has been asked in person.
Yeah.
But like,
and it is of the goodness of their heart. Like even then, like I have conversations with my grandma all the time. I'm like, I'm about to do something crazy. She's like, do you really have to?
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, I have to. I got to do this. She's just like, but you already have. I'm like, I get that. But that's not where it ends. She's just like, make sure you call me then.
Bro,
Make sure you call
that,
me.
Bro, that's that spiritual feeling, because it's like, bro,
Yeah.
you know, like if you don't do it, like you don't want to live with regrets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta do it. If you really feel it, if you don't feel it that deep in your heart, you just go like, man, I'm cool, bro.
Yeah,
I ain't
yeah.
about to do this.
Yeah.
But if you feel like you really need to do this, like you
Yeah.
like, bro,
Just
it
got
don't
to.
matter.
but I do want to touch like on that, like
Yeah.
what you're saying, Yaman.
Yeah.
Don't mistake burnout for what you're really, because people
Okay, so
mistake burnout.
Burnout is
a
when
feeling. It
you
feels
going way too hard, and you
feel like you
everybody
feel-
need to rest.
yes, yeah. Let's just talk about burnout for a second.
Yeah,
'cause
you
that's-
need to rest your mind. Burnout come from like your mind just going too crazy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you don't have enough time to like rest your mind. You always need a little time to recharge your mind, because that's where everything coming from. It's coming from your mind.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yes.
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
What they call it, mind, body. What they say, man?
Mind, body, soul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's coming from your mind. So it's like, bro, like, yeah, you need a little time to rest your mind.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah,
that's where the burnout come in.
Like what I'm experiencing currently right now, personally in my world, is there for like from about March to about August, I was nonstop. I have notes on my phone that every single day I was making a move. From July 3rd to August 24th, I was making a Beyond the Stage move. And once I got through the first one and got through the second one, I didn't have to work as nearly as hard. I didn't have to put all the time. So then I was like, man, I feel like I'm sitting on my hands. But really, I'm not. I did all the work. But now I'm like, all right, well, how can I elevate it? We talked about a sponsorship program. I'm trying to do a sponsorship program with all the people involved. They'll all come to Native, and we'll have like a mixer. And I'll invite all the artists that have been a part of it, and all the sponsors, and we'll come down, and we'll all just have a mixer right in a Native on the levee, and we'll all just kind of talk about the plans, and you know, do our thing. Have a little sangria, everyone can chill, and we maybe have some food, maybe some sandwiches, and we can just hang out and then just talk about our businesses. So like I'm working on that now that I have some freedom. But there for a while I felt like I was kind of just sitting on my hands, because like I did all that work from the months up until leading up to the first one, and now I'm like, no, Andrew, you did enough. Time to put your focus towards something greater. So like I really talked myself into that, because I got a little nervous for a while. I was like, man, I'm waiting for this next event, and I feel like I haven't done anything in like 3 days. I'm like getting nervous for nothing. Who's making me nervous? Me?
Right.
Me?
But if you really aren't nervous, do you really feel like you're actually doing something?
True.
If it's like, are you really taking a risk if you're not feeling some type of nerves?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
That's an internal battle. No one knows that's happening. I'm just like,
Exactly.
I'm sitting at home. I'm sitting next to Charlie, and she's playing her game. I'm like, man, I got to do something. Like, it's Thursday at 6 p.m. What can I do by 9 p.m. tonight? You know what?
right.
Like, that's
it's
literally
constantly going through your head
Yeah, yeah.
24/7.
Yeah. It's real. It's a real
Yeah.
feeling, and no one's putting that pressure on, but me. I'm putting that
Exactly.
pressure on me. You know what I mean? And like, there's nothing I immediately can do to change the minds of anybody that's outside of my 4 walls of my house. No one even knows it's happening,
Exactly.
but me. And like, it's a struggle. It's a struggle no one really talks about.
Right.
Yeah, it's hard, man. That's what I'm experiencing personally, and like Andrew Eisler in this world right now, it's what I'm experiencing now. Not this moment, but I was
Right.
about a month ago, February, when the dates were being moved. I had to move TV shows to April, and then we had a drop on March. March 21st was supposed to be a different artist. They chose to go a different direction, so I had to move TV shows up to March and then fill April. Because I already have all the way to July booked. We're moving on.
Yeah.
We're working on August and September right now, because I've got some people in the works, and we're going to finish out the year strong. But like, those are moments of like within, you're like, man,
Yeah.
what do you do? What am I doing right now?
So many people involved.
So many people.
Like to
What do
everyone
you do?
else, they're just like, all right, I'm just getting told by you. So they don't really see that you have to talk to so many people doing all of this, and you have to have these calculations out. You got to do it in a certain time. You're doing it there. You got to get everything out. That's what I was saying. I took the pictures of you around the show, but it definitely seemed like you have your pathways out. The last show, like it was so cool to see that. I'm just like, this is nice. This is dope.
Dope. I
Like,
appreciate
seriously.
that, man. Yeah, I'm on a mission when I walk in there because I
Yeah, it
know
was sick.
it's not gonna. Well, I came in earlier that day and set up the whole room. Normally, I get there about 5:30 and set up to about 6:30, and then I take photos with Charlie and we do our thing. Because if I don't get that photo with Charlie, I didn't for one of them, and I really beat myself up for the whole month
Right.
about that.
It's cool that you take that pressure though, because one thing I do notice is because you have all what you're doing. Everyone else there is just having a good time.
Yeah,
even
yeah.
your videographers, even John G and
Mike Efron.
Yes, Mike Efron. They're just having a good time. Even like usually you see more videographers, even the team, everyone sharing type of stress. No, you just took all of it and you made everything happen, and everyone looked like they were having a good time.
That's all that matters.
And it was nice. It was nice to see that.
I appreciate
that type
that.
of leadership goes
Yeah.
far. Seriously.
I want them to. I want everyone in that room to not even know their stress.
Right. Exactly.
Every of it. Never. They never even knew it. The stress even happened.
Right,
It
everybody-
doesn't even cross their mind.
At all.
If it crosses their mind, I've done something wrong.
That's what good leadership is. Seriously.
Appreciate that, man. Thank
I
you.
like that.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of the store though, this weekend's a big one. It's Easter weekend, so we're hoping to see this weekend up until Saturday. See what's happening. We got opening day on the 28th, so this whole weekend's supposed to be pretty cool. So if you give a chance to come down to Newport on the Levee, come check out what's going on here. There's people out here playing cornhole right now. It's
Yeah,
like,
we're fully stocked with
Yeah, we are.
with the red stuff too, man.
Yeah, man.
So next 2 days, come on down to get it. Obviously, you can park down here at the levee, and then walk over to the stadium. That's what most people do, anyways.
Yeah. Is it weird that opening day is on the end of March? Usually early April.
They always push it to the very end of March, the very first week of April. But
I always put April
But
as my opening day weekend.
It's usually always like on a Thursday though, right? Because
yeah,
I feel like
it's always a weekday. It's always just enough to fuck traffic in downtown. It's like it's the biggest opening day in the history of Major League Baseball. And they're like, we're gonna do it on Thursday. We're gonna start the parade at 10. So make sure everyone gets down there because we got to cut the roads off at 8. And it's like, how are all these people gonna make it anywhere, bro?
Yeah, dude.
But that's the fun of opening day in Cincinnati, bro. It's everywhere. It doesn't matter what road you're on. You can be on 14th and Vine, bro, and you're gonna be able to see the
Parade.
the parade. You'll be able to see everything.
Have you ever been in it?
No.
Dude, it's fun.
No.
I got to be in it because of the bowling alley for like 3 years straight.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was super fun. I got to be on a float and stuff. My dad got a
He's on
video
the
of me
float?
one time. I was on a float, yeah, for Star Lanes, and it became Access Alley. But we got to be on the float. There was the bowling pin. Got the dance. Wasn't in it, but I was next to it. Like we're like waving. Back in the early Instagram days.
I
it
wonder
was
if
fun.
we can make a native float.
Oh,
That's what I was
be
just gonna say.
sick.
Got to get native one
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Because like
be
the
cool.
bowling alleys, like they were like way connected, so they let us all the any employees that were a part of the group, and like after the thing, they would always go. Everyone go cabrewing. I wouldn't go cabrewing with them, but it was like a day of opening day. If you weren't going to the game, the crew was gonna go cabrewing afterwards. It was like a whole thing we used to do. It was pretty fun. Those are some pretty fun people. They used to go hard. The bowling alley has been through some stuff, man.
Dude, true story, man. We went canoeing like
dude.
2
What's
or
cabrewing?
3 years ago. It's canoeing with alcohol.
Oh, all right. That sounds amazing.
So, oh, bro, we
like-
got to
it's like
take you.
casual.
It's a lot of
I
fun,
love
but
kayaking. I
but
used
bro,
to
we
kayak.
got so me, Andrew, and Kaylin went, bro, and we
Oh,
we ended up
legs.
getting fried. Like my right leg is still fucked up.
I still feel it.
It's still like 3 years later,
changed
bro.
my
Like
DNA.
it really does. Like the front of my leg itches, and there's
Yeah,
like
me
little
too.
bubble marks, like where.
Jeez.
Scars.
But we're just sitting there, like we were drinking all day, and like just hanging the legs out the boat, bro, and just it's fun, man.
It is
It's
fun.
fun, but you just you
Gotta be layered up on.
yeah, you got to
some-
plan. You got to
some
plan accordingly, bro.
sunscreen.
You know,
Some
sunscreen,
SPF in there.
Yeah,
sandwiches, blunts, and beer. You need
Yep.
all
Yeah.
four of
Okay.
those.
And some
Just
water,
relax.
water.
Did
Make sure
I say
Oh, yeah, like-
sunscreen? Was
Yes.
that was
Yeah.
number one?
Gotta
I
ha-
said.
gotta have a little bit of
Because the sun
water.
gonna be beaming down on you.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, and then you're drunk and don't even feel it.
Yeah, you don't feel it.
Yeah.
No.
And then you start to feel you take another drink.
Right,
So
right.
then it just keeps going away.
I've been crew brewing once, and like, I mean,
Oh, we
it's-
gotta take the crew,
everything-
bro.
Oh, we gotta
everything,
go.
Everything you just talked about.
It's fun.
You feel me? Then it's like, you know, like,
And
bro, I got stuck on a rock.
number 5, you,
Like-
you definitely have to have an external speaker fully charged. You
Oh,
got
okay.
you got to
Just
you
like-
got to be that guy. You
Yes.
got to have the sound because 100 people are all going down that creek or whatever, bro. And you know, half the time people's shit dies or they're playing music off their phone, then their phone gets too hot and shuts off. Like you need that little wireless speaker right there, just so
Yeah.
you can be the one playing.
It's like your own personal, you know, you got your own little sound system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
You know, and you know, got your own little sound system. In
Man, we got to go cabrewing in Arizona, and
Oh, nice.
wow,
that was
crazy.
fire, bro. Like there was wild horses,
That's
What?
crazy to see.
wild horses
On the side, like on the banks?
literally on the bank on
See,
the
that's
banks,
all I
bro.
want. I'm a real big horse dude. I know it don't seem like it, but I love horses. My girlfriend's a horse girl. Like I love horses.
That's
I was-
fire,
Yeah, she's
bro.
super nice. She's come with you a few times. What's
Yeah.
her role? I know she's
Oh,
gotta be so involved.
so my girlfriend, she's helped me out with everything. So
Yeah, I could
immediately,
definitely
like,
tell.
she helped out with the photography. Shout out to Dayla. Like, I love
Yeah,
you
shout out.
for that.
Yeah, for
Hey.
sure.
But yeah,
Hey.
she helps out with photography. Anything we've needed. It was any time like we needed shows. She was the driver. She would drive there hours to the Houston show with a guy in the metal band. She drove the whole 15 hours. Like she's always
awesome.
there when I need her all the time.
That's
like, no
incredible,
matter
Yeah,
what.
it's great support. It's great.
We both moved
Yeah.
down here from Wisconsin too, so like she came with me. Been together 5 years. So she's amazing.
Cool, man.
Does she do photography or
Yeah,
she's
no,
just
she's really good. She,
Okay.
but she's not like full time, but she goes by Eye of a Dayla. She does a lot of nature shots and stuff like that. She's a real big nature girl. She
Those
loves
are the
her
fun
horses.
ones, man.
Yeah,
I've got
seriously.
my wife. I bought her the older version of the Sony that you got, and she always keeps it in the car. Like you know, when she goes out to Indiana, there's like this huge patch of sunflowers out there. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
Kat Von D is doing what was it 10,000 black roses. So she saw what this lady was doing in it's like Rising Sun, Indiana, where she's got hundreds of sunflowers that you know the big ones with you know the sunflower.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So it's like a big sunflower field, and she basically just put this whole thing together, and she's letting anybody take photos there. So you can be a photographer. You can go out there, pull up on her property, drive into the middle of the sunflower field, and take photos
That's
like right on her
amazing.
property.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
They had to cut them down. Something happened to them, and they had to cut them down early last year. But they're all growing back. And then, but Kat Von D, she's a tattoo artist from L.A.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing the same thing, but her and her husband bought a house in VV, Indiana. So it's only like 20 minutes from here.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
I
Like,
definitely would like to go. See, the thing about my girl, she's actually the one who elevated. One day she took a picture at a show, and I'm looking at this pic. I'm like, how'd you take that?
Yeah.
I'm like, how did you get that? She's like, I don't know. I just like the way it looked. I'm just like, you don't know what you just did.
ice?
So definitely, I was like, you don't know what you just did. And since that point, like, she changed the means of my entire photography as a whole. So
That's
it's-
fire, bro.
Yeah, it is. I couldn't believe it.
Hey man, she, you know what I'm saying? She learned from you.
Yeah, she just
You know what I'm
elevated. Like,
saying?
it's sometimes like
you just find.
Yeah.
She been watching, you know, learning from you, and then she just, you know, she like.
she
Without
has
even
an
thinking
eye,
about it, it was just
'cause
already second
I used to
nature.
try to like rush the photography, just try to get the shots out, and then some days I'll be like, "Here, take this for a second." She just take the shot. I'm just like, "Okay, let me." I would have
Yeah.
to take it back. Let me go ahead. Let me start over again. Some days I would even have to. I'm like, you know, you get writer's block as any type of creative. Sometimes you get that block.
For sure.
It'll be sometimes we'd be at photo shoots. I'm like, I'm not getting anything. I really, can you help me out with this? Sure, and just do it. And honestly, turns out better than what I ever could have done in that day. Like honestly, I love my girlfriend to death.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
That's the shit. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Dayla.
Shout out, Miss Dayla.
Yeah.
That's the that's the thing, man. Teamwork makes that dream work, bro.
For
It's
real.
like, you know, you need to find somebody that wants you to elevate, right? Because it's at the end of the day, it's all going to the same pocket, bro. If
Yeah, exactly. She gave me so many opportunities just by accident. Like, so she took me to ride some horses. I ended up meeting a real estate agent. who puts me on with architects after that of like $500,000 condos, and she just took me to go ride some horses, and that led to that. You know what I mean? She's so active in who she is that she puts herself in situations that are really nice, even though she might not be able to take advantage of them because she's just enjoying life. Here I am, and these people want to give me opportunities that's also helping her. So, yeah, she's a real one. She knows how to drive trucks with trailers, everything. She's a real
shit!
Like,
all right,
bro.
she put me onto that. Like, she could drive semi trucks and stuff. This girl's.
Let me ask you this, man. What is the proper way
to not lose her?
no, what is the proper way? What's the proper way to get on the horse, bro?
Oh man, let me tell you.
I watch ridiculousness.
Oh my goodness.
I watch, yeah, bro. Like I watch ridiculousness. I'm either like watching that or I'm watching like Bar Rescue. You know what I'm saying? Shark Tank on like ESPN. I watch
Bar Rescue's my shit, bro.
I love
John
that
Taffer.
show.
Yeah.
Hey, look, man.
This
Hey,
horse stuff ain't no joke.
I saw like they had a segment on ridiculousness where like people was jumping on horses the wrong way and they kicked their back feet out and it all hell break loose.
So the thing about her is she ain't got no fear when it comes to horses. So initially, to impress her, it was a perch run about 6 feet at the shoulders. I had to hop on the back of this thing, no saddle. I did that. She was like, okay. But she would tell me how one day we were riding a horse and she's like, just get on. I'm like, okay. I get on this horse takes off on me, bro. I'm talking about I'm not ready.
What,
I'm on the side of this horse about to fall off. She's like,
oh, you hung on though?
yeah, because otherwise if I fall off, I'm going 20 miles per hour.
Right.
Okay.
So she's just like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. So she's just like, you just got it's really not a proper way. You got to talk to the horse first.
Okay.
Like you really got to get one with the horse.
Get
like it's
cool
not a
with,
machine. Like it's the only proper way is you got to make sure that horse knows you. If that horse doesn't know you, it's gonna get you. It's gonna get you. Gotta get off of it.
Tight.
It's gonna kick you off of that horse.
I got you.
Like that's how I knew she was the one too, man. One day we were riding horses, man. She hit a turn, she goes flying off this horse. I see back, she's like, "Let's go get the other horse." So I feel like I'm, a cowboy. I'm going out for other horses. I was like, yeah, that's a tough mofo because like the way she fell off that horse that was like a car accident.
See you, brother.
Yeah, like you got to really know the horse, man. You can't just hop on a horse. It's not a motorcycle. It feels like a motorcycle, but it's not. It'll definitely humble you.
That's fire, bro.
It definitely will. We got to get on some horses. I want to see y'all on some horses.
I'm scared to get on the horse. I ain't gonna
Man,
lie to you, bro.
I went. So growing up in Chicago, bro, they took us out to this place called White Pines Ranch, like in the 6th grade, and like fucked our minds up, like royally, bro. Like being from Chicago and then being brought out to Indiana, where, we were living in like bunk beds for. It was only like 3 or 4 days, but they taught us how to do the boot scoot and boogie, whatever that.
Boot scooting.
Yeah, a Billy Ray Cyrus.
From Kentucky. We used to live by that song.
Bro, they took us out there and fucked us up, bro. Like it was wild, man. We got to ride horses and shit out there for the first time ever, and it was like, me and all my friends just. It was a shit show, bro.
Right.
It was a good time at being in 6th grade and learning how to ride horses with all the homies, bro.
Yeah, you could be the toughest mofo, but you go around them horses, man. Like there's some giant creatures.
Oh yeah,
there's
for
some
sure.
giant creatures.
Oh, horses! Don't mess with no horse, bro.
Yeah.
If a horse were to kick you off,
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
the damage it
Yeah.
could do to you in a split second. You ain't looking back on that. You're
Yeah.
gonna be. I mean,
How
we
much
had,
they weigh? Like a ton? Like how much they weigh?
They can 1,000 pounds, 2,000 pounds.
Yeah, they're
Come on,
crushing
bro.
you.
And it definitely matters who's handling. One time I'm at work in the morning. This is a dope job I had to cut down trees, dead trees and stuff. This guy who owns the horse, I'm just trying to get the fence in. He's he's an old dude, 65. He hits the horse in the face. The horse comes running at me. I have to go dive full speed. And they're so tough out there. They don't care. They're like, you'll live. I'm like, I almost didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I almost didn't. But they're definitely tough. You got to be tough. You got to really be. Like she brought me into a ring of 22 horses, and then she leaves me. I'm horrified. I'm not gonna lie. It's 18 horses coming to check me out. Like it feels like when you're in Chicago and you're in the wrong hood or something.
Right.
But
And they're all like,
this is
"Who's
all
this dude?"
horses. Yeah. They're coming up. They're not even worried about her.
What kind of shoes you got on, player?
Exactly. And so it was horrifying. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and then you realize how strong they are because when they fight each other, like then you realize, oh, you're toying with me. You're not even being serious because 22 horses, they start going at it, and you can hear the thuds from across the barn.
Yeah.
Like there's some powerful creatures, man. There was one that got jumped because he was bullying everybody, and they picked up this horse with their mouth by its tail. Like the other horse
shit.
picked it.
What?
Yeah, there's some strong creatures. These are not nothing to play with. You got to
No,
definitely know.
don't
You ever,
play
you ever see videos?
Don't play with those or hippos. Hippos are
Yeah, hippos
insane.
are crazy.
You ever see videos of kangaroos?
Kinger.
Like
My
like,
brother got to see kangaroos in person. Chad,
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
there was
The
a
meme.
video like there
there's
was
more than people.
there was one
more than
video
people
on
in Australia.
Instagram about this kangaroo had like grabbed this guy's dog. It like had the dog in a headlock, and the guy ran out there and fucking punched the kangaroo in the
Yeah.
face.
To
Bro,
get the
like-
dog back?
Yeah, like
What a
fucking
hero.
hit him hard, bro, and he hit the kangaroo so hard the kangaroo was like, "What the fuck was that?" Like head
he
flew
was.
back. He let go of the dog, but like these kangaroos, bro, they're insane because
Wow.
their tail is so strong that they can lean back on their tail and take both of their feet and kick at the same time. So like just lean
that.
back on that shit,
No,
and then you're
thank
getting hit with 2 kicks, bro.
Yeah, it's over.
Bro, my brother took pics. Chad, he went to Australia for a church related thing. He was over there for like 6 months, and he said kangaroos are everywhere. There's actually like more kangaroos than there are like people. They're everywhere.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
deer here.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
meme going around like if all the kangaroos in Australia invaded New Zealand, like they would outnumber humans like 10-1 or something. Like it's a whole meme about that going
Yeah,
on.
there's so many.
They're terrifying though, man. Like there was this another video where this guy, I guess like the way his windows are in his house, the window is like reflective where the kangaroo's seeing himself in the window instead of seeing inside his living room.
Okay, yeah.
And so he walks up and the kangaroo's sizing himself up in the fucking window. Like he's like flexing like
And they're swole.
and
They're
they are
buff.
swole, bro.
They are buff. Like this is what they
Like if that dude just
consistently-
punched the window one
It's
time,
over.
like the whole shit would shatter. Like
They got veins running through their arms, everything. Like they got full blown pecs. If you actually,
that's
look at
crazy,
them.
bro.
They do.
Yeah.
Crazy, and they don't do shit.
They don't do-
They don't
they're
work
like-
out to get that body, bro. They ain't at Planet Fitness.
Right, they're literally born this way, bro. That's
real.
crazy.
So
Yeah.
so what do we know about Diddy? Did he do it?
Oh man.
Diddy,
Oh man.
Diddy do it?
I can't.
That's a shirt right there.
No,
Diddy
no, no,
do
no,
it.
no. I can't.
Do that.
I can't.
I'm telling you right now.
Look.
I love all the ideas we come
Did he
in
do
this do not do that.
I can't. I can't
No,
take credit
that's
for
not
that
the one,
because
bro.
because 50 Cent's got a documentary coming out called Diddy Do It.
Oh,
Really?
damn.
They just
50
trade-
50 is on
50
it,
is
bro.
on
Yeah,
it.
somebody
Like-
just trademarked No Diddy today.
Oh,
Somebody just trademarked it today.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Yeah,
Like-
the,
like
you know how they say
pause.
instead of saying pause, they say
Yeah, I
No
heard
Diddy
about
now.
it.
Somebody just trademarked that.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I know. I saw that. It's No Diddy instead of No Homo.
Yeah, and they trademarked it.
Yeah,
Somebody
I'm
did
not
yeah.
saying that, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not
some
gonna say that,
some
bro.
dude was on a podcast last week, and
Yeah,
he was just nonchalantly. He was like, "No Diddy,"
It's
and they're
blowing
like,
up.
"What does that
I'm
mean?"
like,
He's like, "No homo." Like,
I'm not
Yeah.
doing that, bro. I'm not doing that.
bro,
No,
Diddy
man.
do it?
Man.
Look,
do
man.
that, bro.
So I don't like. I'm a huge Tupac fan, right? And like I've, I'm still a Puffy fan, right? I'm a P Diddy fan from back in the day. Puffy, like old school '90s shit. Mace
the
and the whole
original Bad
nine.
Boys and
But
stuff
yeah,
like that.
bro. But like seeing everything happen, everything go down. It's like you start putting all the dots together. You
Right.
start seeing like why Mace left. Like Bad Boy Records and became a preacher, like complete left
Right.
field, bro. Like he went from the rap game to becoming a preacher, and he doesn't fuck with Diddy anymore. Like, and everything that's coming out, bro. Like,
A lot of people don't talk about this one, but even think about like MGK. MGK was signed to Bad Boy,
Yeah, he
and
was
look at
signed
how
to Bad Boy.
what he turned, what he was, and what he is now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
MGK
signed to
was
Bad Boy.
signed to Bad Boy.
No shit.
Yeah.
Early in his career, like after Wild Boy type. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's been Diddy by Diddy.
Maybe.
We don't know.
Seriously, like, it's so much, and not even. It's allegations about Diddy and his old partners, like how all 4 of the people who he worked with in the '90s ended up dead and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, bro. Like
Like-
there's a whole like treasure trove of just conspiracies following this
Right.
dude, man. Like, when it comes down to when he got the internship back in the day, and I can't remember who it was. I don't want to say somebody's name if it's not him, but this dude basically croned Diddy into the sexual acts to get in his position. And then Diddy realized, oh, this is just the name of the game, right? Like this is how you pay to play. But the whole like Tupac Diddy thing, I think that's still on the table, bro. I've got friends that are like, there's no way that Diddy's ever going to get arrested for Tupac's murder, and I'm like, bro, this is there's a lot that they're adding up, and they're all going to drop this all at one time. Like they raided both of his houses on sexual allegation charges. They didn't arrest his sons, but they put both of his sons in handcuffs. Like both, if two of your houses got raided by the feds, and I just saw photos, bro. They trashed the house.
Yeah.
They took all the hard drives out of the computers,
Confiscated everything.
everything, and they trashed both houses.
Like what they did. What's his name? Before I got high.
Afro Man.
Yeah, he was at the Thompson house last year.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man.
He lives only like 40 minutes north there. He lives in like Dayton, close to Dayton. Yeah.
Didn't he get like they were gonna raid his house or
That's
something?
what I was
didn't
talking
they?
about,
Yeah.
So they raided his house, and then they ended up stealing some money out of one of his spots or whatever. But they even tried to like take his security footage. And they actually, I think one of the security or one of the police officers took a piece of pound cake, and so like Afro Man, yeah. So Afro Man like made a shirt like, fucking fat boy wants the pound cake. Like he was going in on.
He should. They should not be touching his
He
food.
probably thought it had some of that good stuff in it.
I mean, bro, it's Afro Man. He's not selling drugs. He's smoking it. His entire house is green. His cars are green. The guy's the most humble dude on the planet, man. Like I've done gigs with him. We've done stuff together, and we've connected before, bro. And he's nothing but just a happy-go-lucky dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the song, like Because I Got High, fucking. Right place, right time, right
Didn't
market.
Colt 45 too?
Yep.
Colt 45, bro. That's
the all.
That's the that's the
underground.
that's the underground. That's his original Colt 45, and then the Because I Got High.
Because it's pretty. I guess we can kind of call it mainstream. Because like no matter where you go, like everyone knows that song.
I don't think it's mainstream because it's never been played on the radio.
Right.
Damn,
They're not
true.
playing
That's
Colt
true.
45
You
on
had
the
to
radio.
find that
That's
song.
true.
Like it was
That
played
is
at
true. It
certain
hasn't been played
places
on
and
the radio.
stuff. Like the way I found
But
that
it's
song
crazy
was
because it's
funny.
like you can literally go to you can go anywhere and put it in a playlist and everybody know that song.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
it
bro,
hasn't been
that's-
on the radio though.
That's the thing,
That's
man.
wild. Like,
It's like the cult following. That kind of falls into that thing. Like Donnie Darko, everyone used to follow Donnie Darko. You know, like anytime any Donnie Darko memes would be shared. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but Jake Gyllenhaal, you know, with the rabbit and everything that happened, and that movie's crazy. But like, there's a cult following, and when you get the cult
It's
following,
a fucking weird movie, bro.
yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's what
but like,
I'm
I
That's
see-
like Jake Gyllenhaal back when he was a teenager type shit. You gotta
it's
watch
crazy. That movie is
Yeah.
insane. But those cult followings really take the artistry and the creatives to a new level because they need that cult following. They need the
Yeah.
people to be behind it, beyond the mainstream. The people that are making the side pieces, the side art with it. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have the artists creating something from that, you know, Donnie Darko rabbit, you don't have that level of, you know, viralness because you need those people creating beyond what you've created. You know what I mean? I think it really goes a long way.
It definitely does. I was actually I was a super fan of somebody like that when they were underground. It was actually Logic. I liked Logic a lot when he was underground before he was mainstream. But like, so him, the way he was so underground, barely anyone knew him, but every one of his fans rode for him so hard that on drop day, he immediately gets all his views and all of that. Like we were waiting
Logic?
on his
Yeah.
Logic.
Dude.
Before he got famous and cared about all, wanted to be accepted by everybody. But before that, like Logic's underground upcoming was incredible.
Nice.
And even the same thing with, before him with MGK. Before, like, what was it called? He made a song, something. It was a song that he made in Cleveland before he blew up, and it was like it was really fast. I don't know what it was, but it was one of his main songs. It boosted his underground following like crazy, and that's what boosts you up. That cult following is just
the underground
different.
following. That's a great way to put it. The underground following is really what drives you to that next level.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna hit the certain parts where people are like, you know, sharing your stuff, but like it's the underground fans that really give you that next level appreciation, which is crucial. Which I mean, it's those street teams. It's those people out there that are doing a little bit more, and not even asking for any financial come up. They're just there wanting to create because they love your artist, artistry.
It was called "Chip Off the Block" by MGK. That's what it was called.
Okay.
Chip Off the Block. No one really even knows that song except for the people who was really with them underground. It's definitely a good song by him. But yeah, that's just those underground followings, man. I'm telling you. And I learned about a lot of underground followings from back in the day because we used to watch 106 in Park. It was Freestyle Fridays, I think it was, something like that. And that's when I got really into underground rap, and they used to bring people on there and stuff like that. I loved underground. And because I was a real big fan of 90s rap too, so like coming in and then seeing that's what really got me into underground.
May I ask how old you are?
I'm only 26. I'm born in 98.
Oh,
yeah.
you were catching on quick.
Yeah, I was in
catching on quick, man.
I was in the industry young because my uncles used to rap and stuff in Chicago, and so they used to get a lot of placements and do stuff. But they had different areas of life, so they had to go into different aspects. Had kids and stuff. But yeah, I was always into music, and I was always growing up around like that area of rap and underground artistry and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. That really, I could, I could see it. You know what I mean? So, where I'm at 35 now, and I see the moves I would have made at 25 or 26. If I'm where I'm standing now, maybe I would make much the same moves, but I'd probably just been a little bit more strategic than I am now. Strategies are so important, but like looking back on like the moves and the people doing stuff, I'm taking influence from all different age brackets.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because there's, the internet is a powerful thing, and it really can give you an open door that you didn't have before. When we were young, like, Jay's a little bit older than myself, but like the internet wasn't the same.
Right.
YouTube wasn't the same game. Instagram definitely wasn't the same game at all. Everything was MySpace when I was like 13, and that was when I was really getting my MySpace, man.
MySpace is what put me on everything.
MySpace put a lot of people on everything. MySpace was like that was like freedom for artists. And then Facebook came along, and then you had to have a college email, and then they opened it up to the public.
Facebook changed everything.
Facebook changed everything,
Bro.
on a communication sense. MySpace was more creative.
Yeah, it was.
With HTML, yeah.
With the younger, my fault, Jay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, let me throw this out here, bro. MySpace is OBS, and Facebook is Streamlabs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that was back when you were doing like that HTML shit.
Dude,
bro.
I could crush HTML. I didn't even know what we were learning.
Exactly.
Right.
Just
You had
doing
to
stuff,
do
just
it.
trying to make it look good.
Right, you just made it better. You're like learning, like figuring out like this did this, and like we didn't even know what we were doing. They were training a bunch of people for HTML without even knowing.
Right.
Yeah, like
seriously.
my page, you didn't even scroll on mine. You couldn't scroll on my page. It was just a square. Andrew Ice and I had my music player, and then send me a message, and then I would bulletin board stuff. Like I figured that out because I understood I was adding a lot of people, and I was in like the 200 to 250,000 friends because I'd add everybody. I was in hundreds of thousands of friends, bro, because you could accept everybody.
Right.
And I'd get 5,000 at a time, and you click all, accept them all, and that number would go from like 105,000 to 110,000 in a second because everyone added you. Everyone was just adding everyone, and then Facebook put a limit. You can only do 5,000 friends on Facebook.
Stupid.
Which I don't. Yeah, it's makes I have to delete people.
I understand it. I understand it to a degree.
But MySpace had the ticket because and I was in comparison to like Andy. He's now Andy Black, but Andy from Blackville Brides had like 1 million followers, and we were from the same area. So my numbers weren't anything special because he's out there at a million people, and I'm like at 250,000. I'm like, oh, like I need to get to there. But now if you have 250,000 of anything, you're killing it. But it was a different era. I wasn't worried about that. I was not worried about social influencers. Those weren't a thing.
It was such a different. I never thought Instagram would be what it is today.
Right. Everyone was chasing certain people, and I was like, he's doing it. He's like playing this music, and I think I can do that. But like he was getting these crazy numbers, so like to me it wasn't impressive. But now the numbers, if I had 250,000, I can go a long way now. But at 13 years old, dude, literally at 13 years old, I didn't care because I was accepting all of them because they would do the bulletin board trains. So I'd be at the top of train as Andrew Ice with like.
Oh, so you were deep into it.
With like
spent a lot of time
with
on
like
MySpace.
Like let's say like Felicia Fire and Andrew Ice or whatever, like they'll play on words, and we'd both be at the top, and everyone that wanted to join the train had to add you. then they were put on, and everyone that had to add them after they were a part of it. So everyone had to add everybody. It was very easy to gain a lot of friends. So it's not like you had to go out and post to get friends. They just had to add you to be a part of the train to
Right.
promote everyone's cool picture, and we all had our little logo and little, you know, and that was the thing. And like I had Angel Ice with the registered logo. I used the R. I used it pretty early on too because the TM as well. The TM and the R, I switched between them because both were important. But
Yeah.
like that was the thing, is like that's what we did at
Yeah.
13, and now
The original
that's what
blue check.
that's what everyone does now. But we don't
Exactly.
have MySpace. MySpace is gone.
Yeah.
I can't even get that profile.
They
It's
messed
way
it up
gone.
when they sold it and
Yeah.
tried to make it a music platform, like a strict music platform. I think Justin Timberlake.
Justin
or something.
Timberlake
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
invested in it, which is crazy to think that he invested in it. Was like, guess not.
It's a
Right.
bummer.
You
It's a
know what I mean?
bummer,
Like,
yeah.
because MySpace was the cool version compared to Facebook. I feel like, you know,
But you were a little bit older. You probably were
Yeah.
like, man, this MySpace kids. 'Cause,
Facebook was
we were
like for
kid-
old people
'cause think
back in
about-
the day.
Think about the
Everybody-
age. Like, I mean, I'm 13 and I'm in the thick of things. At that point, you're like 20. So like you're probably like, hey man, like I'm making clothes, this and this, because like think about where we're at. Those years in that time period is a lot, dude. Like now we're adults, it's whatever. But like when I'm 13 years old, like collecting Pokemon cards and playing RuneScape and learning bass and on MySpace, and you're out there like, I need to create clothes because that's what I'm doing. So
I
it's
wasn't so like, and I wasn't creating clothes when MySpace was around though. It was
like, you
only
were 20.
Yeah, it was fucking. That's 23 years ago,
So
bro.
does that mean
You've been creating a while, bro.
Okay, so does that mean like where we at right now? The younger, like the, you know what I'm saying, the younger generation. that's
They have
like
no
13,
idea.
14, 15. But
It's
they
YouTube.
I mean, YouTube. Everybody know about YouTube, but there could probably be an app that they already know that we don't even know about.
TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it's really
besides TikTok,
changed.
and I heard
man.
TikTok getting shut down too.
They've got to get bought out by the shares from China have to get bought by somebody in the United States or Europe. I don't see them selling.
So this is more so of a propaganda move just to get people off TikTok in America, like just to be prepared
So
for
so
it or
they're
something?
talking about banning it completely in America, which I don't think they'll do.
I don't think they'll do either. But I
think it's a threat to
Yeah.
try to get them to sell, but whoever, like if Joe Biden's people fucking ban TikTok, Joe Biden's fucked.
Yeah.
If Trump's people ban TikTok, Trump's people are fucked. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah, there's too many
there's
influences.
too many people that are making money on
Right.
TikTok, and then it's
And
not
Tik-
just kids, bro. Like
TikTok
adults.
just launched TikTok affiliate too. One of my friends from work made $15,000 last month from making videos and stuff. TikTok affiliate, it's pretty much throwing money at you.
Fuck this, bro. We need to double down on TikTok.
We
I'm so
do.
tired of it.
I know.
We've had our lab has gone viral where hundreds of thousands of views. You know, each kid gets 40,000 views when they post something in there, bro. But they're never tagging us.
Right.
So like our TikTok, we've got 500 followers.
Do you know about the affiliate program?
No,
So
we can't even we can't get to 1,000 to even go live yet on
so
TikTok.
what TikTok just did is pretty much it's pretty much drop shipping. But what they did is you just take one of my friends. We got hard hats at work. He got stickers. He just made a video about the stickers, put the person's link in there, and made $6,000 off of it because the video went viral. He made a new account with keywords, had 0 followers. He did another thing with a battery-powered thing because it's a lot of controversy going around. Like people may think they're gonna be losing power and stuff. He made a little video reviewing it, made $15K off that, and it's just the affiliate program. They did it like 3 weeks before they announced the ban. So I don't know if it's TikTok's power move. You know what I mean? But it's so abundant right now, and he's making so much money off of it. And you don't even have to have followers. You don't even have to have it. You just got to go viral. And he's just been going viral. And this is a dude that I just work with. At any
Okay.
time.
Got to figure it out, bro. What's happening?
Oh, we're just looking at times and stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you were
I'm
saying
looking
hi to
at. I'm
somebody.
looking at. No, I'm just checking our time where we're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We're down here, Native on the Levee. We're live, and we got some creatives here, man. We got people out here trying to do their thing, and it's really cool to see. It's really inspiring to see how much work you've put in, man. Because like,
I don't even feel like putting enough, man. That's the thing.
you don't feel like you put in enough, but the quality of photos that I have got, I'm about to make a whole post here in a day or two, whenever the time's right. When I'm feeling it, I'll throw the photos up. But like those photos are incredible, man. It's like just your attention to detail and how you were able to work around the blue light, because there was
Yeah.
blue light on the stage, which is okay. I'm okay with the color, the vibe, because that's what people are seeing. They're not worried
Yeah.
about the photo. They're in real time, and I love the blue vibe. I loved how TV shows had fire on his
Yeah.
clothing, so it was just really, the yin and yang of thing. So it was really cool to see that your photos really made an impact on when I was looking at him. I was like, he's got the right idea. He's doing a great job. So it's really been an honor to have you on the podcast and to have you a part of.
Appreciate it, man.
Seriously, yeah, it's. I think you're doing great work. So just keep doing what you're doing, because at the end of the day, like, people out here, want it, and they want it and want it and want it, and I'll invite them to an event over and over again, and they just don't show up. And if you're not showing up, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get the opportunity, and that's it. And like, I have been preaching to I'm blue in the face. We've done 7 of them,
Yeah.
and I have some people that I still haven't got on the event, and they still keep passing on me. They're like, nah, man, I'll get there. I'm like, each one's important.
Opportunities here now.
Each one's here. Like, this isn't just me. Like, because people, it might be ego or whatever. I'm like, bro, there's way more people than just involved in me. You may not take me seriously, and that's all right. But there's a room full of people there that are about to crush it,
Exactly.
and you have no idea, because you worry about your ego or whatever you got going on, because you don't want to go.
And even when I showed up,
Yeah.
it was much more than what I expected. It was so much more. I did not expect all of that. I was like, wow, okay, he's actually really putting on something here. Okay.
Putting on, man.
Yeah. And even then, like, this was 45 minutes in advance. Like, he hit me up at like 6:15 and, said it started at 7. I'm like, all right, I'm coming up.
Yeah.
Why not, man?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
not? I'm looking for the opportunities, man.
Right, I take it very seriously. I know that when it happens, the people at Madison Theater, Madison Live, everyone is paying attention. So I put my best foot forward, and I know I'm going to. I want people to just have a great time and talk about it going forward, and look forward to the next one, even if they're not into the artist. I want them to come. You know what I mean? There were people there that were there strictly for me. That were friends of mine, and I really appreciate them showing out. Shout out to all the homies that showed up to it, but I am there to. I'm hosting. I'm hosting whether you even know I'm hosting or not. They finally realize I'm hosting, because I eventually get to the stage. But at first, I'm like, run around. I want to get Charlie on, like, get pictures with Charlie, and just do all the stuff that I take personally. Like, there's certain things I want. I want that photo with Charlie in front of the stage. Just, that's all I care about. That's gonna be my next profile picture on Facebook, and it's just a little moment that I have someone take of me, and then my mother actually took it, and like. It's a real quick moment, but like I go the entire night wanting that photo. I tell you what, I beat myself up for a whole month because I didn't get the previous one. You know what I mean? And like, that's in December, and like, dude, I literally set an alarm like December like 30th or whatever for the January 25th. I'm like, I'm gonna set an alarm so when that time comes, it'll say, Andrew, take a photo with you and Charlie. I planned a whole month in advance because I cared
Didn't
about that
wanna miss
much.
it.
Yeah, literally, because I'm thinking about so many things. I'm like, all right, I gotta get the canvases on the wall. I have to make sure the door person has all the handbills, but I decided to put the handbills on the bar this time because I wanted people to turn around and have them right available. I kind of changed the way I did things this one, because I'm trimming the fat, just like we do here,
Right.
just figuring it out, and then,
And it's such a crazy time period you live in, too, because even that picture that you take at the beginning, like back then, we got blurry photos of our childhood. Like, your daughter's going to be able to see this in full quality, see her taking these pictures, see all of that. Like, by the time she's 7 or 8, like, as opposed to us, we had to wait till, like, 16, 17 to actually realize what's going on. Like, by the time she's 7 or 8, she's going to be looking back at all of this stuff.
She won't know. She won't care
Right.
until she cares. But I'm
Right.
trying not to create burnout for her on photos.
Right,
So I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
try to stop her anymore for photos to take it unless I really need the photo. I'm like, all right, I take photos in real time with her because I don't want her to be. I don't want her to be reluctant on taking photos in the future. I can see that coming.
That's
so I don't want that. I don't want that to happen. So I'm really particular. I don't disrupt her because she made some friends. There were some other kids at the event, kids her age.
Yeah,
which
she
I
was the
was
life
really
of the party there.
She had a great
Yeah,
time.
she
Dude.
was the life of the
Charlie
party.
runs the store here, dude. Yeah, she has a great time. And I have a little toy car back here she can play with. I have stuff, but really, it comes down to just I want her. I want her to just feel like she can do anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Hi. Of course. Thank you.
So, if anybody is following the Diddy scandal right now, I would highly suggest going to 50 Cent's Instagram
Oh,
because
doing now?
he is on it, bro.
Oh,
every
50 couldn't
go
wait to
up,
be
but
on
he
it.
always cracked
He
jokes.
hated Diddy
like,
for so
but 50
long.
always cracked jokes with Eric. Like he cracked jokes about Ja Rule.
Oh, it's hilarious,
he cracked
bro.
jokes about Diddy.
You
He
heard
said,
what
like,
in his interview
man,
what he
like-
said about Diddy the first time, right?
Hold on,
He
what you
said,
talking about?
and he was just like he tried to take me shopping.
Yeah. Yeah, try to take
Oh,
me
man.
shopping.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie to like that. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro, and
Hell
and it
no,
was
bro.
like it was late at night too. Some shit where he was like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
man.
come on over. We'll go shopping. Like I'll take you on a little
That
shopping
dude
spree."
sound crazy. I ain't gonna lie to it, cause that's like you're a grown man, and then it's like we go shopping.
Oh, bro.
like
It's
that's
all-
crazy. Like bro, like
So right now his drug dealer, his drug mule just got busted as well
Yeah.
at the Miami airport. So I don't know.
really.
Yeah, so I don't know the full story of what's going on, but if they also got his drug mule, which is like some 25-year-old white kid named Brandon Paul.
She's
Um,
snitching.
Yeah, so he's he's definitely snitching,
on
bro.
everything.
So at this point, who knows what's gonna happen, man? They got this dude in custody.
He's in the Caribbean right now. Like his plane.
He's in. So his plane flew to the Caribbean, but he was in Miami this morning.
Did
just
he was?
pacing back and forth. Yeah,
Really?
there was video of him just pacing, bro, just sitting there in the middle of the airport, just walking back and forth, just outside like where the cars are. But who knows, man? The only thing I could say is make sure you follow 50 Cent because he's putting out that content. He's out there quicker than Fox, CNN, NBC, ABC,
That man
NBC.
can't
He's out
wait.
there, bro. He's got his ear to the ground. He's making it happen. 50 Cent in the building. Let's go, bro.
For
That-
real, man. 50
Man,
Cent's
you know
something
what?
else.
At the end of the day, bro, like, we grew up, all in this like Diddy era, this you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like
Everybody used to
and then
look up to
50
Diddy.
came along and 50 was the gangster of the group, and turns out, bro, Diddy's a gangster of the group, man. What the fuck? Like all of a sudden it's like how's 50 on the right path and Diddy's out
Right.
here doing all these wrong moves, man. It's like,
Exactly.
all right.
It used to be
And-
back in the day. People looked up to Jay-Z and Diddy as like the moguls to watch for and stuff like
You
that.
know what's funny, bro? That's why I was saying follow 50 Cent because he just said that he posted a photo of a milk carton and it's got Jay-Z's face on it, and it says why can't Diddy get a hold of Jay-Z? He ain't answering the phone.
Oh my gosh,
Bro, I'm telling you, man, 50 Cent's full of that content, bro. If you want to get involved in this nut, Diddy do it? That's where it's at,
Diddy
bro.
do it. That's crazy.
All right,
everything
man.
going crazy. Like what I'm saying? Like even like with Nickelodeon, bro, things going
Oh,
crazy.
yeah,
You
damn.
know
That
what
shit.
I'm
Did you
saying?
watch? Did you watch that?
Yeah,
See,
you
that's
know what I'm
crazy,
saying?
We
though,
did
because
too. That's just
She
fucking
be
weird,
talking about
bro.
it. I
But
was
he was-
trying not to, but she been trying.
It was so
you know what I'm saying?
transparent about it for years, though. Like they've been talking about, like even as kids, like growing
Yeah.
up, we all knew that. I'm like, it's crazy. It's just coming out now because like most of the people my age aren't surprised. We all knew because they would always talk about it on their social media.
Right.
So,
It's,
like,
it's crazy how a lot of stuff went over our head too.
oh yeah, all that weird stuff
Well-
inside
Yeah,
the TV
bro,
show.
Like
Pickle Man and
yeah, bro. Like some of the I couldn't believe some of the shit that I saw Ariana Grande doing, bro. Like that
Right.
shit with her like splashing
Man.
water on her face at the bottom of the bed. I'm like, that is fucking porn. That is. I've
They
seen that
literally-
1,000
they literally had
times
a dude-
on
I saw one
on Pornhub, bro.
I saw one
Time.
part where the dude, the nose boy or whatever, the nose boy or something. He had a whole.
Oh
costume.
yeah,
He
with
was
the
like, bro, yes,
with the noses on the that shit
Yeah,
is so
bro. I was
racist,
like,
bro.
Hold on, bro, that's going.
Looked
crazy.
like dicks on his arms.
Yes,
yeah,
bro.
that shit
I
was
like,
crazy.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Super crazy. Like,
But that whole shit, bro. Like the fact that like all that shit went under the radar, and it's just now coming out. It's like, God, bro. Like we're
Right.
like, what's the Amanda Bynes?
Oh, man.
So
Amanda-
apparently,
that was crazy.
did you see that she had like a burner account on
Yeah,
IG called
yeah.
Ashley Banks?
She would say some crazy things.
So when she like quit the industry, like there's a whole other Instagram under an alias named Ashley Banks, and it was like, can you imagine getting one of the posts was, can you imagine getting impregnated at 13 by your boss
Right.
and having to perform an abortion? But this was Amanda Bynes going under Ashley Banks as an alias on Instagram because she was afraid that, yeah.
everybody looking at
and you
Amanda-
see what like the shit that she goes through now,
Right.
bro. Like,
and everybody
like,
just thought she was just a reject and a person who's like she was a failure. She fell off in. It was a whole reason before it. Like,
Bro,
it was
like-
crazy.
and then
she
you
was freaking out.
and then you go to and you look at all these other like child actors that have committed suicide, and you're like, holy shit, bro! Like, what's
Yeah.
what's
See,
really behind all of it?
Nickelodeon has to be accountable because it's no like let's put it like this. Dan Schneider's something, but if we knew as kids this stuff was going on, there's no way the people producing this stuff. Like
100%.
No, I'm talking about like as we follow, like everybody thought Dan Schneider was like even when we were growing up, I stopped watching it because of all the stuff. Like, well, I mean, like if you followed them on social media,
You don't have a microphone, bro.
if you followed them
Well,
on
I've been
social
trying to-
media,
Yeah.
like it's just like
I didn't even know that he was like, you know what I'm saying? Like when we was kids, we didn't know.
Oblivious
'cause-
to it.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? We didn't know he was like.
See, but me being
We was-
raised in
we
the
was- we
hood,
was-
like
we
you
was-
know, like when you seen the pictures of him way too close to them little girls, like even
I
my
never
mom,
paid
my
attention
mom
to
and
that.
grandma used to say stuff about that. It was like he was
Well,
way too close to them, like stuff like
yeah,
that.
you're looking suspect, bro.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
for real.
They never did.
Yeah.
Like,
People be moving weird, bro. Moving weird,
Like-
and then,
like
but no one
hugging
pays attention
close.
until all of a sudden you're in the limelight,
Right.
and that photo pops up. You know what I mean? We've had, we saw videos come out of like major celebrities, you know, like that we're questioning now, and like the whole like, you know, like we talk about, you know, Epstein and all that stuff that went down. And like you never realize these people are out doing crazy shit,
Right.
and it comes to light, and it's hard to believe
Right.
that these people that are influencing the world are doing something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Started with Bill Cosby. As soon as he got exposed, it just went downhill. Everybody's been getting. It's crazy. You
Yeah.
Can't even trust anything. But
can't trust anyone, even the comedians. Even
exactly.
the comedians, man. Like the people that are here to spread joy and laughter are doing some shady shit,
Super shady.
super shady, and but they're getting away with it because they got power.
Exactly.
Power, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's scary in this world, especially like, you know, you plan on having kids and, you know, the best thing you would want, like you think of, like beforehand, all right, yeah, my kid wants this. Oh, yeah, I want you to be at the top of this. And then now you just like, do I actually want you to be at the top of this? Do I actually want to do what's up there or what? You know what I mean? Like, it's really a debate nowadays. Like, like how do you say, like, do you say, hey, no, I don't think you should actually do this? Are you like shunning your kid from this now? Or is it just actually protecting them? Because at this point, the top is all corrupted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
Corruption. It runs
then
deep.
then
It's
make-
money.
Make your own, like, you know what I'm saying? You can, well, you know, make your own top.
Yeah, you got to create your own
You know what I'm
avenues.
saying?
Yeah.
Create your own avenue, make your own top of the hill, and then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you become an influencer. You
Yeah,
become
like
that.
someone that when you speak, they listen. You know what I
We
mean?
got
Like,
plenty. we got sources. Like, I know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to work with what's going on right now, and then, like, eventually, like, as time goes on, things will get better. Like, there's going to be other avenues, too. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? We got, like, Tubi. Like, I know Tubi get a bad rap.
Yeah.
Tubi, yeah.
We've seen the videos. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Tubi movies.
Okay.
Tubi
But, like,
movies,
still,
okay.
though, but, like, it's like, because there are certain requirements, like, to get, like, there are certain requirements. So, like, if you want to put something on Tubi or if you want to put something on Hulu or Peacock, like, there are certain requirements. You feel me? So, like,
Yeah.
right now, like, with Tubi, they lenient. You
Mm.
feel me? So, how you should be thinking is make sure the production is right. Because
Right.
that's the whole point of what I was, you know, the whole, that's what a viral
production
stuff is
value
Exactly.
quality.
going on.
Yeah.
You feel me? But
Yeah.
like,
And-
okay, then make sure the production's right. Get it on A1. Then put it on Tubi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I look at people like
I'm saying
Russ.
that.
Like, Russ is one of the
Russ,
biggest
okay.
artists, independent
Yeah.
artists. Like,
Yep.
it's hard. Like, it's so crazy how they do him over in the States, but it doesn't even matter because he still gets recognition overseas.
That
He's still
man-
one of the most played artists as an independent artist,
yeah.
which is crazy. Like, it's just unheard of.
That man
But-
dropped 13 projects. He dropped 13 projects before people paid attention to him.
Right.
And it didn't even take until he dropped 13 projects, and then after he dropped those 13 projects, he literally had to do something where it was like he was dropping a song a week.
Yeah, on SoundCloud. a
Just
song a
for
week.
people to understand. But
Song a
hold on,
week.
but yeah, literally. But before we even like, cause you know that was like before the algorithm and all
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Because
people
everybody
had
tried to copy it
to,
after.
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
People got to get hip to
The
it.
algorithm
so, like,
is hard to
Oh, it's crazy
hard.
now.
It can-
Like,
it
no,
can
you
throttle
can't even
you.
do that no more.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like it's
it-
damn near like if you ain't already in the game, you got to pay to play.
He did what he. It's somebody has to set the pathway.
Yeah,
he
you
made.
feel me?
He proved that it's possible to do this independent.
It's possible.
because he's getting flown out to arenas
They know it's
and
possible,
stuff
so
all
they-
over
they
the
making it
world.
harder
Like,
for-
it's
they-
crazy.
My fault.
Yeah.
homie.
No, you're good.
They making it harder. Like they know it's possible. So like they
Mhm.
making it even harder for independent artists.
Man.
But I did hear that Spotify. I did hear that Spotify is trying to like they raising some up. They going. It's like a cent per stream. That sounds crazy, right? But it's like, all right. I put it like this.
A cent per stream.
It's way better than before.
Yeah.
that
Before
is
it
a
wasn't
lot
even a
better.
cent. It was like zero. Like what it was like.
I
Like
think it
point
was
0.0000. It was
Yeah,
something
it was something
crazy.
incredible.
100 streams gives you $1. That's
Right,
I think it's
actually
fair.
really nice.
Like
I think
a
it's
cent per
super
stream. I
fair.
think we can do better, but it's a starting point. So I'm like, you know, if you get like 30,000 streams, that's probably just like $300.
Yeah, I mean,
See, let's talk about
But you
stream,
can, but
Stu.
you can think it. But you
streaming
can also,
services.
Streaming
merch.
is so different now because like now you can have an artist that's the greatest of all time because of streams, but beforehand you had to be albums, and like getting albums out physical copies was just such a different aspect. Like, and I think that streaming actually kind of like takes away from a lot of the creative aspect because now you could pay for streams. Now you could do that. Now you really don't know who's actually the best. Like now you don't really know who's actually having quality
Yeah,
music.
organically at least.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
And so-
organic popularity. Organic popularity is really hard to gauge because you don't even know if their Instagram followers are real or not.
Right.
You just see them having big numbers, and then you're like, all right, well, they're popular, but then they post. Let's say they have let's say 100,000 followers. Let's give that number, and their posts are getting 300 likes.
Right.
What?
Right.
That
Okay, so, like,
percentage is
'cause-
so low.
'cause-
Those likes aren't real.
Bro,
are they
that-
real? What is real?
All right, so back in the
Exactly.
AI
What is
AI
real?
era,
so, like,
bro.
back-
The AI
back in the-
era.
Back in the days when we was listening to like 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, you said you still had to go in the stores and buy
Yeah.
the CD.
So that's what I'm
So
saying.
that's where the units come in.
Right,
So
when they
now,
compared
like,
Drake to Michael Jackson, I was like, is it really a comparison? You had to go to the store and buy Michael Jackson's.
Well,
Yeah.
with
Like,
that one,
Best
because,
Buy.
like, well,
Like,
On those release days.
on- you could get like it's a different. How many people are actually going to get out of their house and
they
go to the
convert
store
they
and go
convert
buy
the
an album?
streams.
It's not like that anymore.
Exactly.
In fact, Xbox,
Yeah.
and you buy Xbox games right on there. You stream it right away. You don't have to go to the store. There's no Best
So
Buy
everything
visit.
keeps flopping because
They convert the streams to album sales now, but I still feel like it's something in there that's not right.
right.
But like people it's slowly getting switched over. You just don't see it happening, and I'm not even gonna talk about it right now because I don't want to mess up the good luck.
Sure. Yeah.
But
That's cool.
Hand
Yeah.
in Hand is coming back. I'll just say that.
Best Buy's hurting, bro.
Best Buy is
I just
hurting.
don't wanna mess
Talk
up
about
the
it.
luck.
What do you?
I was there the other day, bro. I was there talking to him about the Geek Squad about our printer. Everything in there, bro. I used to every Tuesday I would be in Best Buy like the day the CDs came out.
Mhm.
I'd be
That's
there.
what we're talking about, really.
Yeah, and it's like now that the CDs are gone, the DVDs are gone. It's like you're walking around there. Everything they're selling, you can buy on Amazon for 25%
Right.
less.
Yeah.
Amazon trying to take over every day.
Bro, like it's Best Buy is going to be in trouble, man, because if you look at their at the way Best Buy is set up now, it's a flea market. They're basically
Yup.
renting spots. So Apple's got their own spot inside there
Yeah.
now. You know what I mean? So now Apple's selling their products in Best Buy, and they're just paying Best Buy
For the
rent
space.
for the space.
Square footage.
Yeah, and you look around, and that's happening with the TVs now. There's a Samsung section. There's a
Sony section.
Toshiba
Okay.
section. You know, it's the way that the whole there's a GoPro section. You know what I mean? They're starting to turn that into a flea market for good products. I'm not
Yeah,
trying
The quality's
to.
there. The quality's there. Yeah.
They're pivoting, bro, because they know that the retail market's dying, so they're trying to just, hey, we've got this brick and mortar. Let's rent out sections here so we can offset the cost of the rent and stay afloat. You know, but when I'm walking around there, bro, there's nothing that I need. When I would walk into
yeah.
Best Buy, there was so many things that I would need, right? Like
Yeah.
LED lights for cameras, you know, lenses for cameras, things like that. But now it's like I can go on Amazon and I can get this exact same one for $25 less.
Right.
or I can find a competitor at $150 less.
And even then, Walmart now is starting to buy out tech. Like some of my best things are part of my PC in my house right now, Walmart's selling them now. And so like when you can literally just go to Walmart and get the highest tier tech and get the highest tier of everything, like it's really, that's your one-stop shop now.
Is
Like,
that the website, Walmart's website, or
Walmart's
actually?
website and in person? Like
Oh,
you
okay.
can go into Walmart. Like it was a time period, like being in PCs, you can get graphics cards, processors, everything. It was unbelievable. Cheaper than Best Buy. Like I bought a screen from monitor from Best Buy, 4K monitor, $400. I go to Walmart the next day, it's $250 there.
I was say
So,
$239. Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. I was just like, there's no reason to go to Best Buy anymore. When
Right.
Walmart, even when Walmart's over here, or I can order it on Walmart, get the 10% discount for having my first shipping. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like it's just, what's the point?
It's man, it's a strange situation we're in right now, bro. Because
It is.
there's places like that like you don't want to see fail,
Yeah.
but they're failing, and it's like,
Yeah.
man, I don't want Best Buy to close shop. You know what I mean? But if they don't
That
figure out their strategy, you know,
was my candy store as a kid. Best
man,
Buy.
dude,
That
every
was my candy
Tuesday,
store.
bro, when them CDs came out, like I found the Nerd album, like when Nerd first came out, and it wasn't Pharrell or the Asian dude, it was the other black guy, and he was just the cover was just him sitting on a couch playing Nintendo, and it was on the end cap, and it was $6.99. I was like, I've never heard Nerd before, but I'm buying it because it's $7 and it's on the end
Right.
cap, just released this week, and it's still one of my favorite albums to this day. Same thing with Citizen Cope. That's how I found him. Yeah, bro, but that's one of those things where it's like Tuesdays at Best Buy, bro. That was my shit because that's when all the CDs were released, and you know back then like CDs were gold.
For
Like
real.
we were talking about soundtracks, bro. Like 2 or 3 months ago. Like the fact that there's no soundtracks to movies anymore
Right.
is fucking killer because it was like when Jason's Lyric came out. I've never seen Jason's Lyric the movie ever. But that album was fucking fire, bro. It had John B on it. It had like all these old school artists, right?
That's what
That were
puts you
just
onto it.
and it was banger after banger, bro. And it was like that was the Nutty Professor. Was it Nutty Professor or Dr. Doolittle? Like one of those albums was super fire too. And it was like they're bringing all these artists together, bro. That's just taking Dr. Doolittle that has nothing to do with Will Smith or whoever was on the soundtrack, but they're doubling down and they're bringing all these other artists in. We're like,
Right.
you know, you see Kid Cudi on a soundtrack, I'm buying the soundtrack.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
chances are, not only
Yeah.
am I buying the soundtrack, I'm gonna go see the movie because I relate to
Right.
Cudi, and if Cudi's song is in here, then I'm gonna relate to that moment, that scene in the
Yeah.
movie.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Soundtracks are so important. Like even then, like,
And they're gone, bro.
exactly. Like I started playing instruments because of a soundtrack. I watched the Twilight movie and I heard Muse and Paramore for the first time. And I was like, this is actually dope.
Yeah,
Bought the
bro.
whole soundtrack. And then now that was the first songs I learned on my bass guitar and everything. If it wasn't for that soundtrack,
I saw you
wouldn't even-
playing on social media. I saw
Yeah.
it.
You really are the Renaissance man.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
fire,
he
bro.
is. He is. I saw his post, and I was like, he's jamming on a bass. Like that's cool, bro. That's
Yeah, dude.
I appreciate.
Whatever's fun, man. I like having fun.
Yeah,
I
it's
got
cool. It's
I got
cool.
completely hammered with the Muse at Jillian's. I don't you don't know what Jillian's is because you weren't living here, but it was a bowling alley in Covington. Bowling alley. It was like 5 stories, and it was like each story had
Dave and Buster's kind of.
yeah, kind of like a Dave and Buster's. Less
Like-
video games, more
Yeah.
bar atmosphere. But I got completely hammered with these guys on a Monday night. It was the Muse, the Used, the Cooper Temple Claws, and Aftermar. So Aftermar was the female singer of the Smashing Pumpkins.
Smashing Pumpkins. You got to see them too?
No, so the female that was the vocal in Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah.
But we were all bowling that night. Like every Monday, we would go to this bowling alley. I had to hook up with a bartender. We would do $10 per person, and it would be all the bowling, all the alcohol, and all the food you can eat.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so we had like Peter Warwick, like we had all these people coming in every Monday to go bowling with us, and we're sitting there, and I see this one chick, and I'm like, I know her. She's a fucking actress in this movie, The Faculty. She was also in the movie The Ring. She was a pretty big actress in the 90s, but she's bowling right next to our lane, like on a Monday night. So I walk over, start talking to him. Turns out it's the Muse, the Used, the Cooper Temple
Crazy.
Claws, Aftermar, and they're all here for some concert. And so after bowling, I ended up calling Dustin Flint, who is like the heir to Hustler. Larry
Hustler
Flint.
magazine?
Yeah, Larry Flint. It was his nephew. So I called him up. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm down here at Jekyll and Hyde. So I brought the Used, the Muse, the Cooper Temple Claws, and Aftermar all to Jekyll and Hyde downtown, and we ended up drinking Dustin Flint's moonshine till 5 o'clock in the morning over there, bro. They shut the bar down. Like we stayed there drinking, and I was at the time I just got a job at a restaurant called the Macaroni Grill. It's like $8-9 pastas or something. So the next day I had to go in for training, but that night was their concert, so they gave me backstage passes to the concert
What
and
a
everything.
day.
Bro, I was so hungover the next day I couldn't do anything. I was sitting in
About to say you got some homemade
training,
moonshine.
bro.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it was a homemade moonshine, but then he had pears in the bottom of it.
You ate the pears?
Well, that's the thing, bro. It's like you try to eat the pear, and what you're doing is you're opening up your esophagus for all that fucking all that moonshine,
Yup.
just to try to get a piece of that pear. We were all fucking wasted, and I'm sure if you ended up meeting the Muse, the Used, or any of those
The
guys,
Used is amazing.
if you
Just saying, I'm
told
a
them
fan.
that you lived in Cincinnati, I guarantee you that they will be like, bro, there was a night that we were there and some kid brought us to a bar and we ended up drinking moonshine with Larry Flint's nephew and
Yeah.
like that
That's
whole thing.
wild.
Yeah.
The Used are huge, bro.
Huge, bro.
Huge.
I had no clue
now,
back in the
now
day.
the Used are just top tier Warped Tour. Back when 2018 Warped Tour headliner. Now they're bigger. They're just one of the bigger bands that ever.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, huge.
I'm a huge fan of them now.
Yeah,
Fuck,
they're-
I went and saw him perform with Brandon. I had like 20 rows back, and I still felt like I was the coolest dude in the
Right,
place.
I bet.
So, yo, I'm not going to lie. I got to get up out
Yeah,
of
we're
here
about
now.
to wrap
Yeah,
up
we're gonna wrap it up,
Yes,
anyways,
sir.
man. Go ahead and send out any of your social media handles, man. If somebody
sweet,
wants to, so can they hire you if they're trying to get some video
yes,
work done,
100%.
some photo work done?
Whatever you guys want. I do a lot of things. I do video work, photography work, and I do it at the best of my abilities. You could follow hyno.flix, HYNOE.flix, or you can go to hyno.flix@gmail.com to message me for details on booking and everything. I'm very diverse. I'm very able to work around multiple budgets, so definitely hit me up for all your needs, whatever you need, 100%.
For sure, bro. And we're gonna make sure that we utilize you here, man. I love the mentality. I love your outlook on life, bro. So I can't thank Andrew enough. Last minute, he was like, "I got Terrell, bro. We can get him in." It's like, all right, let's make it happen, dude. So I'm great that I got a chance to meet you. Glad that you came down. It's one of those things, man, where it's like last minute, bro. It's like, I don't know if I want to interview somebody, and Andrew's like, bro, trust me, he's the man. Let's make it happen. It's like,
Appreciate
fuck yeah,
that, man.
all right.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. But yeah, and we were talking about Best Buy earlier. My album was Americana by the Offspring. That's what I shopped at Best Buy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, I was a little kid. I got the Offspring's Americana, sold on it, bro. Bro, great. Hey, man. Thank you so much, man.
Love you, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. But yeah, that's
I know in a build.
I know, bro.
HYNOE.
Appreciate you.
Make
Later,
sure you
bro.
find him on Instagram.
Yeah, yes, sir. But yeah, that's a solid episode of the PowWow. Appreciate you all for tuning in, and
Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you were talking about Bar Rescue.
yeah.
So,
John Tapper.
so every night when we end the podcast, I say shout out to Duffified. That's Brian Duffy. That's the chef from Bar Rescue. That's one of my good friends, man. He's sponsoring the podcast, bro.
Oh wow.
Small world, right?
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah, dude.
Let's do this.
Let's do
Damn.
it.
Chef
that's
Brian
crazy.
Duffy in the building. Appreciate
Brian
you,
Duffy,
man.
Shout out to you, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, man. So 420, we're going to be back down at Short Vine. We're going to be there with One Heart Medical. We're going to get him on the podcast. So we'll have One Heart Medical talking about the legalities of weed in Kentucky and Ohio. And we're also going to be getting...
The day it's legalized in KY, it's gonna be a parade.
Oh, it'll be
Parade.
crazy.
I'm expecting.
It'll be a long time.
I'm looking for fireworks to be popping across the
Yeah.
river.
Right? Oh, trust me, bro.
The
We'll,
boys can't mess with. They
we'll,
can't mess with.
we'll
the
do
folks
it.
no more.
We'll How
They
dope?
can't- the
How
boys
dope would that
can't-
be, bro?
The
If
boys
we
can't mess with the folks no more. They gonna leave people alone now. Everybody can, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Be relaxed in peace now.
Can't relax with
fucking
stress.
jaywalking, getting arrested for jaywalking,
Bro.
Can you imagine
man.
setting up fireworks right down the what do you call that?
Cincy cooling
the
right
walk,
now.
the flood wall,
Oh yeah,
and just running with the torch and just lighting them all off one by one.
Oh, bro, dude,
Cincy
that
cooling
would be
right now.
amazing.
Because
Cincy cool,
make it
yeah.
happen.
yeah,
Let's
Cincy
make it
cooling.
happen,
Cincy
yeah.
is cooling right now because I mean, even though it got, you know what I'm saying, even though it got legalized, everybody just kind of looked at it like it was another day in the ballpark.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless, like people, like we, like you know what I'm saying, they gonna still do what they
Yeah,
do. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, nobody freaked out. No,
yeah, it was just like, oh, what?
it was just
For
another day.
real? All right, yeah, okay, we go keep doing this. We just know now
we're
we ain't
just
gonna get in trouble for it.
we're just not standing by the bushes. We're standing on the sidewalk. That's all. You know what I mean? We're not standing by the side of the house.
They trying to find loopholes in it. Now they trying to say they don't want you. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you driving.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Like,
it's
but
still
you-
driving under the influence
You have to have the strongest fucking weed
to make any difference.
to
If
ever,
if anything,
who the fuck-
if
like,
if
no one's
anything,
paying attention to that.
pot's gonna make you drive more responsibly. It's gonna make you
Yeah.
drive
You more
55
calm.
on the
Some
highway.
people get road anxiety,
Right.
so it's gonna make like you said, it's gonna make you more calm and you gonna be more focused. So unless like you run around like goddamn Wiz or Snoop, I'm sorry, hey, and we go in on that note.
Right. Yep.
So,
All right, man. Well, this is going to wrap up another episode of the PowWow. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And I also appreciate you because we kept it under 2.5 hours, bro. We're making it happen. So, Dan, last week, bro, you said stick to one damn topic. And I totally agree with you, bro. We're trying to cut this down to 3-hour podcasts. They're fun for us, but they're not fun for you guys. So we're trying to break it down. We're trying to really just give you the brass tacks at the end of the day.
We want to bring value though, so like sometimes it takes a little more time to really get out the value because things aren't built overnight, and value happens when you least expect it, and you never know if the best quote of the podcast
Was 2 hours and 55 minutes into that bitch.
Exactly,
Let's go, bro.
right. So you just never know. So appreciate the time
he
with
probably
it. And
popped in at the wrong time.
You never
and we was
know,
talking
man.
about,
You never
come on,
know.
bro. Give us a break. You
Give
know,
it time.
you just
we don't need a break. We're trying to break through. We're trying to break through, and you never know.
Yeah.
And you never know when that time will be. So you know things take time, and patience is a virtue. So use it. Let's make it happen.
If there's any topics that you want to discuss,
let us
you know,
know.
then let us know. If there's any certain topics that you want to discuss so that you can be able to, when you have time after you get off work, you know what I'm saying? And because obviously I can sense that you want to tune in to what we got talking, what we be talking about. So if there's any topics that you want to talk about, then hit us in the comment section.
Tap in.
Message us, and we can talk about it.
100%, bro. And that's the thing, man. We're trying to break this down where, the guy that was in last week, he was like an hour and a half is perfect because I can listen to it a half hour on the way to work and a half hour on the way home. You know what I mean? Like, I totally understand, especially today where we were talking just last week on how movies aren't movies anymore. Movies are turning into episodes because of the fact that it takes less effort to cut all that stuff and let it fall on what do they call it? The cutting room floor.
Action movies.
Oh, okay,
Action movies ain't the same no more because they be doing the most.
Did you see
movies?
Roadhouse?
Nah,
Did you see Roadhouse?
Roadhouse?
I'm more of a scary movie.
No, the new one that just came out last week.
No, I haven't seen the new one. No.
All right, so Roadhouse, prime example, bro. Roadhouse, a movie that came out. The guy that directed it does Tom Cruise movies, Will Smith movies.
Oh, yeah.
The guy's like he's at the top of his game when it comes to making movies.
Yeah.
And so when he made this movie, they promised him full budget AMC release. He made the movie, and I'm sorry. Before they made the movie, he goes. They said, make me a good movie and it'll go to the AMC. He goes, I made a great movie. This movie was incredible.
They played him?
they played them. They didn't.
that's
They
crazy.
didn't do anything in AMC. It went straight to on demand. But here's the thing, bro. Like, so
See, when they do stuff like that, that's the reason why people trying to go independent.
100%,
Like, that's the
because
reason why
because
people- you feel
because
me? Like-
you're able to double dip when it comes to AMC. If you put the movie in AMC, you get the movie ticket money, right? And then you sell it to Netflix. What these guys did was just axe AMC altogether and go straight to on demand. So now Netflix gives them a lump sum and says, okay, you guys made this movie for 60 million, we'll give you 65, right? And so now all of a sudden there's no money on the table for all the actors that put all their shit into it. But so we watched the movie. Kayla and I did just a couple days ago, and first 20 minutes of it, bro. Actually, probably the first 40 minutes of it. Kayla's on her phone.
Yeah.
She's on the laptop. She's playing games. She's just watching it in the background, and I'm paying attention. The whole movie is basically a UFC fight. It's just fighting is all it is, and it's good footage as it's fighting. It's directed very well. So, hour down the road, all of a sudden I look over and the phone's down, laptop's down, and Kaylin's over here watching it. And then it gets to the final fight scene, right? And they bring in a song, and this scene was meant for the movies, bro. It was like the way the sound was, the way the music came in. It was one of those that was going to hype you up when in that moment. But we're watching it in on demand, and so it's only coming out of 2 speakers from the TV, so it really isn't feeling like it is, right? So at that moment, I'm like, I'm 100% understand what this dude was saying, the director, on saying that this needs to be in the big box theaters, because he set it up. He goes, I've got two sound systems in his house. I've got one room that's got the 7 speakers everywhere, and so we do the rendering here, so that we know this is what it sounds like when it's in AMC. We've got another theater. They just left. We've got another theater or another room that's for on demand, which is just the 2 speakers coming out of the front. We built this in the other room with the 7.1 surround sound, and it never went to the 7.1 surround sound. So it's disheartening at on one end, right? But like the this movie's getting so much slack right now. Everyone's saying, "Oh, it's terrible. Don't go watch it." The movie's fire, bro. Like it can't compare to the original Roadhouse.
The audio.
You got to watch it with surround sound. You got to be in there. You got to get the full experience, bro, because the full experience is great.
See, that's, you feel me? And like as a musician, that's the journey you feel me?
Everything's got to sound right, bro. There's no snare in my drums.
I know where I will want my stuff to be played, but it's gonna be played in the car.
Right.
As you on your way to your turn up spot.
Let me
So, like,
let me tell you something.
I'm really trying to like dive deep into like that production sound with how it's gonna hit the stereo when you ride in it.
I've got
and
I've got a trick
So-
that I've never seen happen, but I think it's absolutely fucking genius. If you can take a beat and match it to the windshield wipers.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because every time, like, if my windshield wipers are going on and there's a beat, it's always off by a hair. But if this thing, boom, boom,
It's just a
boom,
pattern. It's a tempo.
boom,
It's a tempo.
right? It's a different BPM. You just have to hit the BPM of the actual windshield wiper, right? But if
That's
you
like the club sound.
if you can hit that, bro, where it looks like your windshield wipers are fucking waving their hands to the fucking
That's
song.
the club sound.
That's great.
That's the club
That's
sound.
something.
G-Eazy.
That's
If I hit it one time and I pipe, hit him and ASAP.
oh yeah.
You feel me? Fuck around and get some money.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck around and get some money. Like it's that pattern.
I'm telling you,
It's
bro.
that tempo. I know
Match
that,
it,
yeah,
match
I know.
it exactly though, where the end of the song it's still hitting. If you can
Yeah.
figure that out and
I
then
mean, yeah.
and then drop it for
But
here's
these days is weird.
hold on,
because, like, the new sound is off
Let
beat
me-
and it's crazy.
let me
That's what's so. It's
I would
fucking weird.
here's what I would do. I would pick
But I ain't tripping.
the most relative car, whether it be a Chevy Malibu right? Like whatever's the most car on the road, I would make a beat to those windshield wipers, and then I would name the song "Cruising in My Chevy," something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
where
got you.
like where it's relatable, where
No,
anybody in a Chevy Malibu
Can
knows.
whip that
Put the windshield wipers on the second setting, and it's gonna beat to the song.
type.
Right, like
Yeah.
now you're thinking outside the box because now you've got the Chevy Malibu bouncing to your
Well,
song.
just Chevys in general.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Because they're all gonna have the same the same mechanism in there.
Hell yeah.
Let's go, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
It's a great idea,
I'm listening to you. I'm
dude.
happy. But-
It's just thinking way deeper. You're just thinking like you're.
I
Just
mean,
going
I'm that guy that's always looking for those things. So like when the beat, I'm
like
like,
a metronome.
oh, it's hitting.
It's a metronome.
It's hitting, and now it's off, and now it's off, and now it's really
Yeah.
off, and now it's really off, and now
Yeah,
it's
that
not even
windshield-
close, and now it's back. Okay,
That's the club
Yeah.
sound. That's
It's a
the club
metronome,
sound,
literally
so
in real time.
it's
Yeah.
It's a club. It's
That's
a
it, bro.
it's
The
a certain-
metronome
it's a
was
certain tempo.
so when he clicks the metronome in a studio, you're like tick, 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 go, and then it's like
Mhm.
you follow it like it's a rhythm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely the club sound. You know what I'm saying? That constant tempo. It's like, you feel me, like this, because that's what you hear when you're in the club.
oh,
You know what I'm saying?
we
Like,
got to figure
literally.
it out. We got to make that happen.
Yeah.
bro. Yeah. All right,
Right.
man. This is gonna wrap up another episode of the PowWow. Third time tonight. So I
Wrap it
appreciate you guys tuning in. Duffified, One Heart Medical, and Liquid Death. Appreciate you guys for always helping us out, sponsoring.
Yeah.
Like I said, Greg Hamilton, WWE announcer,
Stuff's
Cincinnati native,
Stuff's happening.
out making things happen, and he's going to announce it here soon on the podcast, bro. I can't wait to hear it.
Me too.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all.
All
Be
right,
on the
y'all.
stage live April 25th. Excited to see it, and we'll see you guys soon. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank
All right, y'all. Have a good night, y'all.
Courtside Flow in the building.
Courtside
Let's
Flow.
go.
Let's go.
man.
Hey,
Kick and
we're out of
flame,
here.
man. Kick and flame.
Yes, sir.
We out.
Peace.
What'd you kick and flame? What? I like that.
Kick and flame.